Ready.
Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to the 3Y TV. And tonight, the 2023B OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series comes to an end here in the 3Y TV 189. We made it to round 18 of 18. And here at the beautiful Homestead Miami Speedway, I am your host, Michael Goodman. Along with me is Adam Peeler. He's got the fire suit off. He's got the suit and tie on. Of course, Carlos and Vic joining me as well. And, well, Peeler, it's been a long, crazy ride. And here we are at Homestead to wrap things up for the year. What should we expect tonight here at Homestead?
No better track to end it, right? I think everybody loves Homestead. It's got to be everybody in the fields, at least in the top 5. If it's not, they're wrong. So the track's great. The competition level is pretty high tonight. Seems like Vic decided to get some invites out, bring some people back. You might see a car that's dominated this league throughout the years appear on your screen at some point. I'm sure we'll call his name.
You know what? The sad thing is, I didn't realize that till just now. Oh my god!
You didn't realize it till now? Yeah, there's some competition tonight for sure. Which is funny because prior to knowing this, I set some lines for us to talk about. Just slow, stupid little betting lines, and I set one for Cameron Rich's finishing position, but now I'm second guessing the hell out of it. So
yeah, that potentially could be changed. Yeah, big time.
But no, this will be good, man. I mean, you can't ask for a better place to finish. The guys are going to be on the wall. If you can make the bottom work, it may be the best route for a long run. If you can make it work, we're going to have a lot of passing. This place usually tends to have some green flag runs in it, so should have a good night to finish off the season here. I know that the championship is not as tight as we want, but the Owners' Championship is basically up for grabs tonight. So that'll be cool to watch and keep up with.
Yeah, it should be a wild one indeed for the Broadcasters' Championship. But all said and done, or well, all things considered, I guess, Cameron Rich, pretty much unbeatable. Does Damien have an outside puncher's chance? Is there mathematic?
Yeah, so if Damien finishes ahead of Cooper in half one, he is still within chance. Cooper has to finish, I think it's 8 to 10 spots in front of Cameron in half one to have a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I'm saying there's a chance, but it's slim.
And I'm guessing we'll get updates prior to half two where we're sitting on broadcast.
Yeah, and Cameron Rich right now third in speed in practice, so he could be a tough one to beat here tonight, but we'll see how that unfolds. Carlos, can we whip up those broadcast championship points as well?
Let's
not can I
look at those.
Can I look at that? Carlos, do you feel a two-peat coming?
Oh, yeah, it's coming.
I'm going to get the box ready. I'm going to break out the old
I almost said something else.
Boxes and get them ready.
Ooh.
We got some wild... Look, what was it with Bojo's car there?
Not Bojo's car, but the 0-0. Does he have a crashed car scheme?
Does he have it? Is it back?
He's got his crashed car scheme back.
It's back. There is the man of the hour there. We just seen Johnny Eckert making his return here to OSCA competition. All-time wins leader.
So we need to go ahead and make some picks real quick.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah.
Not even let him qualify yet.
I'm so good. I'm so good with this. Yeah, I'm so good with picks that I don't really know who I want to pick this week. Which is weird because I usually come in here and I go, I know exactly who I want to pick. I know who I want to pick on. But I'm gonna pick on a guy that's been sick the last few weeks, and I'm gonna go with Ty McIntosh for half one.
Old potty mouth. Put him in the wall. I mean, put him on the board for Vic. If potty mouth, if you're listening, just remember, I'm listening too.
Up next is Goody.
Yeah, I'm up next. I will. You know what? Why not? I'm going with the 90 of Johnny Eckert just because he's available for me, and I just might have jinxed him. Who's next?
That's on me, right? Yeah.
Yep. Believe so, yeah.
Looking at my nice little sheet here of basically nothing left. Give me Vincent Isabella. who's
Vincent
also
Isabella.
retiring tonight.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while.
Next up is Matt's pick, and you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. He doesn't have very many good picks left. Like, full transparency, he has like no good picks left. So I'm going to give him somebody that I think is going to be kind of mid tonight, but that's okay. We're going to give him Dustin Dewar.
Ooh.
Go a little outside the box.
Fun fact, I mean, it is, he was just telling me one of his favorite tracks here at Homestead. Maybe he can make some magic happen.
Carlos, who you got?
Oh boy!
He's finishing his speech.
Let me tell you what, I'm over here sniffing my Sugar Moon Creations wax melts right now because I do still have it on. And wow. I'm here reminiscing of what a fantastic season I've had. Wonderful predictions. And I'm looking at who I've chosen, who I haven't chosen. And I'm like double taking, triple taking. I'm checking my list, checking it twice. And I cannot believe my eyes. I have not picked this driver at all in half one. Not going to be happy about it. Currently second on board. Give me Leininger.
Oh, Damien. Damien. He's done. He's going to be so upset.
He is.
He's gonna be mad as we are finishing up here. Open qual. I shouldn't say finishing up. We're still pretty early here. About 3 minutes into the 10-minute session. Cameron Rich on the pole, and just like they are in the points, Damian Leininger right there in second, as you see it on the left side of your ticker there on your screen.
So I got some lines for you. So we can
Oh
talk
yeah,
about
I
it
was
real
good.
quick.
Yeah.
The first one is Cameron Rich to finish better than 4.5. We'll even give you the half. Will he finish better than 4.5? I say in half one. Let me put perfect.
Okay.
In half one.
I say yes.
Yes, Goody. Goody says yes. Carlos.
Yep.
I say yes.
You say yes. I say no. I think the competition.
Wow.
I'll go opposite just to be different.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna side with the popular choice. I think he's gonna finish better than 4.5.
Okay, so we'll keep an eye on that. Second line is, I know the Owners Championship is up for grabs tonight. So who walks away with the Owners Championship?
Do you mean the team championship?
Yeah, team championship, Owners Championship, whatever you want to call it.
So it's the battle between RK and South Shore. They're tied.
Yep. So who walks away with that by the end of the night?
Jody, who you got?
Man, well, if I'm saying Cameron is gonna finish 4.5, I think he's gonna carry RKM to that title. So I'm gonna go with RKM.
Carlos, we know you're gonna say RKM.
We know what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Wheeler, who do you got?
I'm gonna follow the thing I've been doing. I'll go opposite. I'll say South Shore sneaks it out.
No, you're gonna be very sadly mistaken. I think RK's taking this home.
Man, y'all just leaving me out here. All right, on the last one, maybe we'll get some love. All right, going back to the cautions, what we've done not all year, hit or miss, but I'm saying we will have a total of 7.5 cautions tonight. Over under.
Cody?
Oh man, I'm gonna wildly take the under on this one tonight.
Under on that one.
Adam, who you
Carlos?
got? What do you got? Well,
I got.
Yeah.
Let me go with mine.
I thought I was gonna have time to think about it.
Yeah, let me go with mine.
Carlos.
The way I'm seeing things, this is a fun track. Everybody loves this track. Everybody thinks this track is easy and it's fun. But this is going to be a challenging track for a lot of drivers. I'm going to go over.
Ooh.
I think I'm gonna go the under because we tend to have some green flag runs at Homestead, so I'm gonna go under.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under as well. I know the real stat. I helped with that one. And yeah, I'm gonna go under.
Okay,
I
over.
honestly, I would go as bold as saying I think at least one of our halves is gonna go caution free.
I'll
I
even
do
tell
think-
you the
I do
average
think
is
that.
7, which is why I set it at 7.5. The average is 7.
Do you have any more lines, or is that it?
That's the three that I thought about. And I thought
Man,
that'd be
alright, I
enough
have
for
a
us to try to
fourth.
keep up with because we have squirrel brains.
Ooh.
So
I have a fourth. Over under 2.5 people getting drunk in the OSCA after party.
Over.
over.
Yeah, probably over. I don't have
I
eggnog
will-
this year. I'm a little
Yeah,
disappointed.
I don't even know if I have anything. Yeah, I have.
I have
don't
a
want-
little bit of Don Crystal Puerto Rican rum.
Ooh. Wow.
No, I'll give you this one, and this one's just funny for broadcast. I'll even give you one of Vic's lines. Do I get to make it through the entire interviews without being kicked off the computer? I'm gonna go with no.
No, you're not even gonna make it to the after party.
I have. It is by the time we usually get done here. Just so everybody knows, it's about 11 o'clock here, and I have a wife who wants me to come to bed. Usually by like 10:45. So we'll try. We'll see if we can make the after party, but I'm sure it'll be fun.
Hey, we'll have a fun time no matter what happens here tonight, and I'm sure it's going to be a good one. Cameron Rich still on the pole. Cooper Johnson now moves into second position. Joe Francis third. Damian Leininger fourth, and DJ Weeks in fifth. But there's still about 2.5 minutes left to go.
Look at
here in
Snorlax.
qualifying.
He looks
Why?
like Grant Enfinger for some reason to me.
Is he wearing a Grant Enfinger shirt too?
I'm getting very Grant Enfinger black and yellow vibes.
Yeah, it's a Craftsman Truck Series shirt he's
He
got.
is. He literally like he's listening. He literally did the thing. It is. You're right.
Yeah.
It's Grand Enfinger.
Yeah.
It's definitely Grant Enfinger.
You think
Like
you think he's gotten that comparison before? Kind of like Thomas Capuano, who looks like Sheldon Creed. You guys heard
I don't
that one,
think-
right?
I don't think I've heard that one. I don't think I know
Oh,
what
yeah.
Thomas Capuano looks like.
So Bracy says that he is indeed Grant Enfinger.
He
I agree.
is. I've never seen him in the same room together.
Thanks.
So there's that. Oh, look at that! The hold on, go back to Neil Rutt's car because Vic wants to see it.
Neil Rutt? Alright, I was
Neil
just
Rutt.
showcasing
Please don't.
Ty
Give me a
McIntosh
solid.
there
Oh,
for a
there's
second.
potty
Give me a solid and don't.
Yes. Yeah. Beautiful paint scheme.
He's already got the mouth wide open, tongue out.
Oh, he's
He's
already
now
concentrating.
21, by the way, so he probably will definitely be
Oh.
partaking in the OSCA after party. So happy
Yeah.
late birthday to Ty.
So what do you got going on in Ty's car? I'm kind of liking it. Is it like a primer kind of thing going on?
It's that metal look. It's that metal look that you've tried to talk about like 8 times, and it
Yeah.
always a wreck happens when you try to mention it.
Oh, it is that. Okay, yeah.
It's the metal look. Vic decided to bring it back for my guys. Hey, look, it's me. I have my camera tonight because I looked so bad last week that my wife even said I look like a murderer. So I'm gonna try to give you guys what I normally look like when I don't have the worst camera angle and a bald spot. So where
Dude,
I'm at all the time.
I didn't even know that she was paying attention, but when I was talking about it and I was like talking about how you look like a murderer, my girlfriend was like laughing at a distance last week when that happened.
So I may have showed my wife a clip from last week, some stuff, and she was like, "Adam, that's the worst you've ever looked on a camera in your life."
You
Like,
straight
what
up
is-
look like a serial killer.
She's like, "That shirt is horrible. You look like a serial killer. That's the worst angle. All you see is where you're going bald." And I'm like, "Cause I didn't have my hat on. I always wear a hat."
And you had a look on your face that you wanted to kill.
It's
Well,
okay.
I felt
It's okay.
very comfortable in the car last week, so I was actually pretty focused, but it looked horrible. So I have brought the camera just so people could see that I'm not a murderer and that I do look normal.
He's
It's okay.
a normal
Adam knows
everyday
that me
guy.
and my girlfriend make fun of him on the daily.
It's true. Very true.
So on the pole, Cameron Rich does wind up with the pole position. Cooper Johnson in second, and which I don't think we kind of skimmed over this as I usually do. 63 laps per half. Top 14 cars will invert, so a pretty big invert tonight. So keep an eye out on that as you look through the driver lineup. There you see Johnny Eckert making his return in the 6th position. And
Nathaniel
Matt,
Cherry is back in the 35 tonight. for Tim
Yeah,
Conrad.
for OSCA Daddy. And how about Jordan Tarbell's in the field? I didn't even notice he's out there. Man, we haven't seen him in forever and a day. Heck yeah. He's way back starting shotgun on the field as he's looking through the rest of the lineup.
Rookie
hold on,
to the league in the number 12. Excuse me, in number 30.
Yeah, Matt Hackathorn.
Matt the Hackathorn.
So, do you have a little history on old Hackathorn?
Yeah, he and I are old 3 Wide Racing League buddies. And he also
okay.
spanked my ass on one of the 3 Rock races this coming Monday.
No.
Has anybody got any information on Andrew Rucker?
Oh,
New face to us here tonight in OSCA.
Nothing good. I hope he's watching.
I got information on.
Let me spit out my drink. I was not expecting that.
I got information on number 15. Justin Myhand.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Myhand got scheduled to work till after half one starts. However, just like when Eric Amarola got relieved of his duties in that 2007 Xfinity race with Denny Hamlin showed up, once half two begins, Dallas Myhand should be back taking his spot. And so right now, Justin Kolb is only going to be running half one for the number 15. And then he'll be getting the points himself. And then when Dallas gets in for half two, Dallas will be getting points for himself.
Yeah, old Tom Nook, Justin Kolb, good to see him back in the lineup as well. And the cars are rolling off pit road. Caden Tufts, we haven't seen him in a couple weeks, so cool to see him back. I'm just seeing him in the driver lineup. Zach Rogers, super sub in that 87. James Watson all the way starting kind of back in the field, as you see on the screen. And I know Kynan Jones has had the Landshark has had some connection issues all practice long. Hopefully he can race here tonight. Maybe make some noise here as well.
Because Australia isn't real.
All right, let's quickly go over.
We're
going green this time. Let's turn on webcams. We see Ray Bracey, Tim Conrad, no. Shane, no. Zach, no. Zach, no. Oh, Zach's not here. Gilbert, no. Kynan, no. Robert, no. Nick, no. Ty is here. Dallas, no. Adam, yeah. Rawls, no. Cam, no. Darren, yeah. Jake, no.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And with that perfect timing, pace car is off. Green flag is out here for the half one of the 3-wide TV 189 at Homestead. Oh
man.
Hackathorn goes around.
No.
And it was a big wreck in the back of the pack.
Dylan Thomas is involved.
I think Gretz is involved as well. Oh man, Watson came so close to getting a half victory last week. At 5 flags, his car, wheel damage.
Oh, what? Something happened with Hackathorn's heart.
I thought it was wheel spin, but the way that car reacted, it was different. Huh.
Oh, he missed the shift.
Oh, he money shifted it.
What an unfortunate debut for Hackathorn.
Yeah, not good. That makes more sense when that car just abruptly, like you could see it losing speed, like almost like it slammed on the brakes or something. But he's going. Oh, yep, right in that power band there. And Watson's spin there in there as well. I think Vincent Isabella.
Eckert down pit road already.
Yeah. Oh wow, he was relinquishing that about 6th position. Coming down pit road.
That was not the way we wanted to start this at all.
No,
that's a lot of big hitters, a lot of new guys we wanted to see come and run good. Ow.
Yeah, Dustin Dewar down pit road, Capuano. There's a bunch of guys who got dinged up in that one for sure. Yeah, Isabella got way worse than I thought he did too. He kind of spun down the track. Good driving there by Gilberto.
Pepe hard hit as well.
Pepe hard damage.
Man.
Let's go on board with Tepe.
Boy. Yeah, let's see what he saw. not a good way to try to nightcap the season here. It's been a pretty rough season here for Tepe. I'm sure he's looking forward to next season and getting back on the right track here. Oh, I didn't even look at he hit that hard.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's oof. That was not a hard hit.
Damage model.
I'm surprised that iRacing didn't. I don't think they touched anything with the hotfix or the update that they put out.
As far as these, I don't know why they would touch the damage on these cars, but
they
man,
did going into last week. So going into last week, they had a new damage model, and that was last week's race was the first one with it. So I'm wondering if that maybe was part of it.
Well, no, I'm saying I was surprised that they didn't tinker it because it's way too light.
Yeah, way too light. Agreed.
Yeah, usually I swear iRacing always flirts with the way too light, or they make them into like battle tanks where they can survive anything. But got to find a happy medium out there, iRacing, because Tepe, that maybe would have been a couple pieces of duct tape on the front bumper in real life, and he should have been okay. Maybe a little bit, open the hood, pop the hammer out. That wouldn't even damage the radiator on that hit.
No,
so
that's a shame.
One thing we got to point out, you see Cooper Johnson in the lead. On that initial start, Cooper Johnson had a great start on that outside and was able to edge out Cameron Rich to keep the lead, although it was basically into turn one. It wasn't long, but it was a good initial jump by that 91 car that puts him in the top spot right now. 4 laps in, and
your three people battling for the championship are your top 3. So
yeah, it's kind of like real life NASCAR. You look at all the green in the top 6 cars are chase off drivers, and you have Darren Staff and Westergreen right up there as well, duking it out. So, Adam, does that change your feeling? We already have the bets locked in, but the over under 7.5. Do you think that changes?
No, I mean you can't change it, right? I like the idea of it being over. I said over, so I'm happy.
Well, you did say over. That's right. Yeah.
But man, I don't know. Like I'm kind of speechless, right? Like just like the guys who are driving, they do their practice, they get settled in, they get kind of a rhythm, and they expect to be able to go and figure it out. And then something like that happens, and it just kind of throws you off. And it kind of happened to me up here in the booth too. Like I was not expecting it. Really don't know what to think. So see if these guys can get focused, see if we can get focused and get some laps in here.
Yeah, hopefully we can get laps in as the field is doubling up. 1 to go to green, going to lap number 6, and I'm sure people are going to be minding their P's and Q's on the restart here as far as shifting is concerned. Not something you practice all the time, but we'll see how it goes. Pace truck dives off. We'll restart him here. Coming to lap 6, Cooper Johnson, Cameron Rich on the front row. Cooper Johnson gets on that loud pedal. Oh, someone's skating. I think Gavin got in the wall.
There was some tire spin on that start. Even Cameron Rich had a little bit of tire spin, let Cooper Johnson get away. So these guys are going to have to deal with that too as these laps tick off, and we might get more restarts.
Yeah, and that's definitely something. Again, these guys don't practice a whole lot in those restarts. You get on and off pit road, but getting through the gears and try not to get that wheel spin or potentially miss a shift, as we seen earlier from Hackathorn, sometimes surprises you. We are green field kind of fanning out here. That's one thing. You talk about why people love this track, and generally, people like the Michigans, the auto clubs, Homesteads, because you can choose so many different lanes and kind of make the best lap out of it. You see Darren Staff going high, DJ Weeks kind of choosing that second groove, and Eisenman choosing that bottom line. That's one of the things I do love about Homestead.
You just want options. You want to be able to put your car where the car in front of you isn't. And a lot of tracks on ovals, especially short tracks for sure, but they're line dependent, and everyone's running the same line, and you might get 2 grooves to really work with on some tracks, but here at Homestead you can run from the apron to the wall anywhere you want to go. There's speed in anywhere in the track. You can run 2 different lines and 2 different corners if you feel like it. So that's why people like this place. Is you're not locked into 1 or 2 grooves. You can really just go anywhere you want to go.
Yeah, and we're seeing that right now. We're on board here with Caden Tufts, looking in front of him at Gavin Hibbs and Darren Staff. Currently in Caden currently in that 9th position. We see him get loose off the corners, and hearing that you really got to be gentle on the gas here, getting back on the power on corner exit, because it will jump up and bite you. But as you see, these guys are going to be wrestling. Oh man, Caden, he's going to be wrestling a lot here tonight with that damaged race car that we've seen earlier in the season. He brought it back here tonight. Hopefully he won't get any real damage on that thing.
Doing a good job keeping it clean.
On board with the liar, Darren Staff. No Velveeta on that car this week. But having a good run here in that 6th position. Looks like he's following Eisenman right now. His teammate this week. Trying to hold off Gavin Hibbs. Who Gavin too, as well. He's definitely one guy who wants to have a good clean night, because it's been pretty much 17 weeks of pure hell for him.
For sure, and you want to go out with a good run for sure, especially with a lot up in the air with teams and stuff for next season, and trying to figure out where some of these guys are going to be, but. You want to be able to put a run together. That way, if you do decide you want to race with us next year, which I hope all these guys do, you got something on tape that shows that you can do it, especially with the season some of these guys have had, where it's just such bad luck, and you really want to see a lot of them do a lot better.
Yeah, and sometimes, hopefully, you don't get that just piss on it, I'm gonna quit, but want to see these guys overcome these challenges, and a guy like Gavin as well. We've seen him have that speed, as he's battling in the top 10 and moving forward right now. He can put on some good shows. He's battled with Ryan Vargas. I almost forgot his name there for a second at Lime Rock earlier this year. That was race. That was a masterful race. The whole battle sequence there. I think Ryan Gavel and who else was involved in that? I'm trying to remember back when. There's a third guy involved in that. Was it Cooper? No.
I'm not sure. Was it Cameron?
Oh, it's Cameron. That's right. He lost the connection.
Sorry, I thought you guys were talking about Cam. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I couldn't for some reason. The guy
going back to Gavin Hibbs for a second though, and just getting through that season. I mean, I attaboy to him. He hasn't quit. He didn't have that mentality of I'm not having this isn't going good for me. I hate it. I'm not going to show up, because this is hard. I mean, people, you see this guy, thank you for everyone who is watching on YouTube, but a lot of people think that, it's just a game. It's not that hard. It can't be that serious. A lot of these guys take this very, very serious. I mean, this is their competitive drive comes out just like professional athletes. Once a week, twice a week, whenever these guys run leagues, they want to finish well. And when you don't, you can get down. But very big attaboy to Gavin to just keep his head down and just keep going forward and not giving up. Because a lot of times guys give up, and we don't like to see that. So I'm glad he's still here.
Glad he's showing that grit right now. Again, holding on to that 7th spot. Looking back, and some guys on the move here, at least in the top 10. Zach Rogers, our super sub, in 9th, a little bit behind Gavin Hibbs there. And Andrew Rucker making his OSCA debut. A regular in the Elite Racing League. Has his own reputation, as I've brought up before, but having a good run, filling in for in the Shift Esports #1 car here tonight.
Zach Rogers is making his way towards the front too. He started 14th. He's up to 9th. He's one of the bigger movers at the moment.
Lost primary feed movers.
Ooh, he lost the prime feed. But excuse me, one guy that's moving up probably the most, just looking at overall, Kynan Jones again had to start shotgun in the field. He had internet connection issues all night long, but he's up 12 spots, 17th, right behind Johnny Eckert right now. And if I remember correctly, he's been one of those guys that, again, especially at this point of the season, likes to throw some some haymakers out on the field, and he's been in contention to play a spoiler. And right now, moving up through the field, having a good run. Looks like he's got a little bit different colors there for the land shark as well.
He had some colors to that car. It looks really good.
Oh no!
Talk about him.
Oh man, we jinxed him, and it's the emotional support pick. I think Gilberto got loose right into Kynan as we were talking about him.
I had a whole spiel lined up about how he works strategy, and that's all he thinks about, and that happens.
Yeah, and that's one strategy that you can't avoid, and sometimes it's just a guy getting loose on top. I'm sure Gilberto is sick. You can see getting loose, hooked both of them into the wall, and that'll bring out our second caution here of half number one. Unfortunate for Kynan Jones, who was on the move towards the front.
Who's that spinning late?
71.
Is that Carpenter?
Yeah.
Got too much rear beans on that thing. Too much, what would we call that again, Carlos?
Exiting the corner is too much beans.
No, when you have too much rear brake.
Oh, that's too much gravy.
Too much gravy. Too much gravy there.
I thought it was stepping on your blank, but that worked.
Right, everybody's going down Pit Road.
Now here on lap 19 of 63. Hearing the fuel run is about 30 to 32 laps, so this will still lead them to potentially make another pit stop as well. So everybody coming down pit road.
And everybody's going to take 4 tires.
Oh, I believe that.
It is Homestead. You want 4 every time you can get them.
You see a name popping up through the list. I think he pitted under our first caution. Alex Gretz moving up the leaderboard to the top spot. I think he did pit under our first caution.
He also doesn't have a front bumper, so I don't think he'll be staying out there. I hope not. He has no front bumper.
Could be get a little TV time. Johnny Eckert, who did also come down pit road our first caution. Maybe took 2 tires there. It's no stranger to see Johnny Eckert up towards the front. Neil Rutt the third up. He must have took 2 tires. He's up 19 spots. He's moved up into that 4th position. So that pit stop potentially scrambled the field here a little bit. We'll see what Alex does here with that damaged race car as well.
2 tires scares me.
Yeah, for how loose these cars are, we've seen it on corner exits so much, and you do see Alex coming down pit road. But those 2 tires generally make the car a little bit looser. Boy, for Johnny and Neil, you hope that they're ready to go. They're gonna have to be wrestling a bear here in just a few moments because it's gonna be a wild ride. But
they'll definitely have a little bit more wheel spin than everybody else too. That they'll have to deal with up on the front row.
That's another thing you got to factor in. But these guys are prepared, and hopefully they the wheel spin's gonna be the big one for sure.
And it's not always just, going from getting on the throttle too hard. Sometimes it's just when you shift. I mean, going from second to third can create wheel spin that you're not necessarily even expecting. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be a wild one. But I'm sure these guys seen even the initial start. I think Johnny Eckert kind of got involved in I believe something on the first restart, I should say, after the first caution. So he knows what it could potentially mean to. Is he coming down pit road?
Coming down pit road? Yeah.
Wow. Did we talk him into taking 4 tires here? What's going on? John just wanted to lead another lap. Johnny comes down pit road, getting service done.
What's a fuel run?
From what I'm hearing, about 30 to 32 laps. So they'll still have to come down pit road again. Well,
if anybody can stretch it, it's
42 laps remaining.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, but who knows? Again, we've been in this position. At least I've been in this position enough where I've doubted the man, and he ends up coming out smelling like roses here. So Cooper Johnson now retakes the lead. He's going to choose that outside lane, and we've seen him get some really good restarts. Cameron Rich will be on the inside. Neil Rutt and Damian Leininger will take up row number 2. Row 3 will be Joe Francis and Gavin Hibbs. Behind them, Darren Staff, Caden Tufts, then Drew Eisenman, and Zach Rogers will round out your top 5, and that's your top for our front 5 rows here. And boy, oh boy, we're about to see the potential wheel spin. See how much they've learned. There's going to be a lot
of people paying attention to the 66 now his car holds on to see if 2 tires could be an option later in the race.
Yeah, and you know, again, early to test it this early in half number 1, I think, you know, hey, why not? Pace trucks diving down pit road. Cooper Johnson on the top side, leading them to the green flag. It's waving. You know, it looks decent. Looks like everyone minded their P's and Q's there on the initial start. Looks like Neil's kind of getting roughed up, falling back already 2 positions into 6th. Just coming out of turn 2 now. Let's see how it hangs on. Hopefully it's not too free for the 66 right now. Joe Francis actually going to get around him as well. Ooh, man, that's 2 tires.
Yeah, I don't think those are going to work.
Yeah, I think regrets were made. Regrets were had there for the 66 of...
beautiful race car.
Yeah, very beautiful. I think
very
Vic would agree as well.
Very Miami.
Yeah, Vic, what's wrong with that car? Look how beautiful it is.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
He's not
taking the bait. OSCA nightclub? I just saw that. OSCA nightclub.
Wait,
on
really?
the side of the car. That's awesome.
Yes, the side of the car says OSCA nightclub. That's amazing.
Heck yeah. Vic's the bouncer, and Neil is not getting in. Just based off that paint scheme alone. I thought.
Oh yeah.
There, but angle of the corner. Yeah.
I had the 3 White TV logo there too.
Look at that.
Neil's always good for some cool paint schemes. It's good. It's a fun time. He's got a good sense of humor.
Something a little different. 4 wide. Oh my goodness.
Lifted. Thank you, Bracy.
Bracy lifted. Looked like Neil kind of let off there as well, but Justin Kolb and Andrew Rucker trying to get through the charge to work their way up through the field. Grant Enfinger, Bracy rocking through the corner, working his way up into the 14th spot after starting in the 24th position.
So Neil restarted 4th. He's already dropped down to 16th.
Damn, son.
So 2 tires is not the way to go. He just proved to everyone that is not going to work.
Yeah, and I'm sure he would do it differently again if given the opportunity. So maybe next pit stop we'll be for sure seeing that 66, and probably everyone else taking 4 freshies, and maybe that was the second guessing there of Johnny Eckert as well coming down pit road, and right now he's back in the 20th position. But I'm kind of liking what I see of Bracy. He looks like he's got to be having fun. He's been on the top side, bottom side. We've been riding with him here for a little bit.
I mean, with him and Snorlax.
Like he's using. Who's that?
Snorlax.
Is that a Pokemon thing? Or
yeah, it's a Pokemon.
Yes.
Wow, look how knowledgeable I am.
I was gonna go with old, but that works too.
Yeah, well, thank you for just agreeing.
Darren Staff is just ripping that high line. He's been doing that a lot.
Cooper Johnson's starting to run off and lead.
Oh man!
Oh! Was that Rucker that?
Yeah, he hit the wall. No caution.
Who hit?
Caution's out.
Caution's out.
That was Alex Grace that hit the wall.
Ooh.
I'll bring our
right, we had an onboard camera on that one. Wow, too much beans.
Too much beans. And he hit like the Jeff Gordon part of the wall there.
Yeah.
Put him right back on the track. You could see him trying to save it, but man, it was just going at such a high rate of speed. It was.
Do we know what these guys are topping out at getting into the corners here? Because I didn't even think about that. These cars fly around this place, I'm sure.
Everyone's
that
pit road.
So quick.
By the way, guys,
coming down pit road again. Wow.
35 laps to go. We'll probably be restarting sub 33. I
And
think
everybody gets 2 sets of tires, so this is their last set if they take them.
Oh,
There's a couple guys-
interesting.
couple guys staying out.
Interesting. Yeah.
Andrew Rucker, Ty McIntosh, Adam Tepe staying out on the racetrack right now.
Listen, you all looked at me like I was a doofus for saying that we would have over 7.5 cautions. I might still be a doofus, but I have a feeling that some people here are underestimating just how difficult this track is. Because, like I said, Homestead is everybody's favorite because of raceability. And because of that, I think people forget about how hard it actually is sometimes.
We're at what, 3? So we're at 3.
Yeah, 3, and yeah, we got 4 to go, which still could. You know, we've seen long
we have
green
5,
flag
actually, 'cause
stretches here.
7.5.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the
so
line.
we have, yeah, that's the line. So we got to get over 7. But do you think Carlos or Adam as well? You know, you talking.
Hold the phone. Cooper Johnson, black flag.
Ooh.
Oh wait, never mind.
Oh,
He cleared
no.
it. Wait, hold on, Vic. Why is it cleared?
What happened?
The people are getting random passing under yellows.
Oh.
Because
He
of the
may
pit row, maybe. 'Cause
He
of the
may
pit
still
row.
have to drop to the back, unless iRacing
Sure
is patched.
Vic will. And Vic might let him. And Adam Tepe has come down pit road after staying out for a lap.
I hope it's patched because it wasn't patched last week. So if they wanted to patch that this week, that'd have been great because I could have used that last week. Just saying.
Yeah,
Don't-
Thomas
you don't
Capuano
say.
also went down pit road just now and got a black flag. It's been cleared. I think it's because of the access road. I think they're accelerating like they should, but iRacing isn't accounting for that, and so they get a black flag for maybe passing somebody. I don't know. I don't really know how iRacing's calculating it.
Yeah, it's generally because even if they're going a little bit slower, though, how much they're cutting the corner, you could potentially pass a car, and I don't know if that is the factor there. But Andrew Rucker, I believe, making his OSCA debut tonight in the lead. Ty McIntosh, potty mouth on the outside in second.
Birthday boy.
Oh, yeah. So tonight he turns 21?
No, it was 2 weeks ago. He hasn't been here since he turned 21 because he's been sick, but it was a couple weeks ago.
No, if I remember correctly, he said he was going to stick to his Mountain Dew and stuff like that. Do you think now that he's 21, do you think he's going to change his mind?
There's no thinking. I know.
Oh.
Guys, I like to point out
I know things. I know things.
somewhere. I'd like to point out, guys, somewhere over here, a helicopter has landed in the infield section, and Dallas Myhand has stepped out. He is suiting up and getting himself ready for half number 2.
So, yeah, not ready to get in now. We see the 12 car or 15 car stay in the 12th position, staying out on the racetrack. So, Joe Gibbs, a.k.a. Carlos, has not given the team orders to Joe Gibbs that scenario yet, to pull Eric Almirola. Not yet. So, lap 32 of 63. We're going to be pretty close on fuel for a lot of these guys that did come down pit roads. They might have to stretch it. But, of course, the guys in the front row, they're going to have to pit again no matter what.
Right.
So they're
But
hoping
they have the extra set of tires. But they have the
They'll
extra
have
set of tires.
Yeah, so they're going to want to see a little bit of a green flag run. They're probably going to drop back here a little bit, but they want to see probably at least about 15 laps of green flag race. Let these guys wear their tires. They'll have to start in the back, though. We'll see what happens. Andrew Rucker leads them to the green flag. Back out here, lap 33. It's about 30 laps to go. Cooper Johnson already taking a beat on the inside, going to 1. Oh, he's there, 3 wide. Oh, someone shot up the track.
You got to be patient. You know you've got the tires. You know what their deal is. You got to be patient getting around them. You don't want to cause a wreck trying to be too aggressive.
And Cooper
That goes
Johnson,
for everybody.
Yeah. Cooper Johnson, he lucked into that win last week at 5 Flags. But right now he has got a rocket ship on his hands as he takes over that lead from Andrew Rucker. And Ty McIntosh, who also stayed out, trying to hang around there in that 4th position. And they're going to try to see what they can get, but right now they're just trying to stay out of the way, staying high side, but trying to not lose as much ground as humanly possible.
Trying to keep the momentum up on the high side as best they can. I mean, they know they're at a disadvantage and they're going to drop, but at this point it's just trying to make a net gain and lose as much as possible. Or as little as
Right
possible. Words are hard.
Doing a good job. Staying in the top 5 for now, although Ty McIntosh getting a little heat there. He's trying to battle Andrew Rucker, but also has got Darren Staff breathing down his neck. And man, he is running that Kyle Larson line here. He's almost knocking that wall down going into the corners.
All right, we're at the halfway mark of the race. Cameron Rich is doing pretty solid. He's probably going to win this Drivers' Championship. However, the team championship, South Shore, 1-2 in the race. RKM 3-4.
Wow. So actually, well, man, Rucker's hanging on with those older tires, taking the advantage for now. But there you see that battle's been swapping. But yeah, 3-4. And as these cars have been all season long, they can't seem to shed each other. And
this tire thing is really interesting to me, that they took all their sets of tires this early. I mean, we weren't even at halfway yet, and they burned through both sets. So this is going to get interesting. Even if it doesn't have another caution for the guys who saved the set, we haven't ran 30-something laps on a set of tires. We didn't even get close. So what these cars are going to do in a long run, how much saving you can do, I mean, this is interesting because there are no more. So this is what you got.
And I like a lot of these guys staying on that bottom line and trying to, save their tires. Because generally, you could run faster on the top side, as we've seen Rucker and Ty McIntosh do. Although Ty is falling out of the top 10, Rucker is hanging on to 6th right now. They're going to wear their tires out more, but they're going to have to pit regardless here anyway. But one thing I keep looking at when we're watching these cars here up front, I'm looking at that 9 car of David Westergreen. Normally, that bite-sized sports car does race picks. Oh, I see why. I couldn't see it before. I was gonna say if it was a Grinch car. So he bite-sized sports has abandoned the Thursday night picks this week. And they went Christmas theme. The Steelers the Raiders and the Chargers.
Well, that's why they abandoned it, because no one cares.
For the record, they picked the Chargers.
Oh, they did pick the Chargers, although
it doesn't reflect on the car, but yeah, they picked
but that's not working out well for them. For a Las Vegas team that scored 0 points last week, has 28.
That's
28
right.
Las Vegas.
Their hockey team outscored them.
Yeah, win the game like 0-3.
Yep. Yeah, it was. And I was hoping they would win, because the Packers division rival, and that didn't happen. The Packers laid an egg on Monday night.
Dolphins let me down Monday night as well.
Oh yeah, we both got our hearts broken, Carlos.
Lost first place too.
See, at least we hung on to our 7th seed in the wild card zone. I guess there's that for us, but man, that did not feel good. But man, one thing. Yeah, I seen him get sideways, but we're also watching there Andrew Rucker again staying out. And he restarted in the lead. He's kind of fighting for his life right now in that 8th position. Potentially could lose 2 spots to Gavin Hibbs and Johnny Acker.
He's doing a great job. I didn't think he'd stay up.
Yeah, he is hanging on for dear life, and he's like a cat clawing into it. He's not letting go.
Damian Leinemann is not letting Cooper Johnson get away either. The last run, Cooper kind of put out a gap. This run, Damian and Cameron Rich are kind of staying pretty close, pretty tucked into him. He's not been able to put out a big gap. Again, I don't know if these guys are necessarily running as hard as they can with the tire situation, but he isn't getting away.
It could have been something Cooper saw in his tire wear that maybe I wore him out a little bit more than I wanted to when I stretched that lead. So trying to save it, because it's been hovering around 2/10 to 3/10 of a lead over Damian Leinemann. And Cameron Rich not too far behind, about half a second back. Well, must have been a moment, they were 4 wide hearing on the driver's radio. Driver surprise, but not the first time we've seen 4 wide tonight.
You want to make a race car driver mad? Put him 4 wide. Easiest way to make him mad.
Oh yeah. You know, it's fun for us in the booth. You know, I hate it when I'm on the racetrack. I'm the booth. It's like, whoa, this is crazy. But
again, you're thinking, don't you do it, don't you do it, don't you do it, and then he does it, and you're like, oh, we're all screwed.
Sometimes it makes you mad enough when they go 3 wide.
It's true. Depending where you're at.
Yeah. Even here 3 wide, I'd be like, oh man, you have plenty of room here. You see how much room there between Capuano and David Westergreen.
Good run by Cherry back in the 35. Subbing in for OSCA Daddy. Got a good run.
Yeah, he's started towards the back. Moving up towards the front. Zach Rogers
coming to the front. Some forward. He started shotgun.
Wow. Started shotgun. He remember he took the 2 tires, came down pit road, kind of had to work his way back up through the field. He's definitely got something hooked up. He's still about a second back from Cameron Rich, who we're riding on board with the 3-wide TV multicam. But man, Johnny is a coming. But
oh, that run!
Oh, whoa! Damien, he must have bobbled there quite a bit. Cameron moves by, and he didn't lose any time. But Damien went from about 0.3 of a second back to now he's almost 3/4 of a second back.
Johnny got a half a second off that gap too, and just in that time spring, he's.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, who was that?
Oh boy!
The 0092 making contact.
And they get it corrected. We stay green, and Rucker, man, in spite of the old tires, they're hanging on to 6th. And you got to wonder, some of these guys have got to be watching what Rucker is doing right now, and we've seen these, you know, basically everyone else besides Rucker and Ty McIntosh burn their 2 sets of tires up.
Actually,
this has got to change the
hold up,
strategy
guys.
for half 2.
Hold on, time out. We've been talking about how they went down Pear Road, but I'm actually just right now looking at the stall times, and they're all 5 seconds, 6 seconds.
Oh.
Andrew Rucker actually had a 14-second pit stop. So I think they just took fuel.
We need pit reporters.
I can't believe I didn't look at this.
But Rucker didn't pit under that last caution they just took.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you're right. He did not pit under the last caution. But still, that means that they all technically should have the same freshness of tires. Yeah. But they do have an extra set.
That makes a little bit more sense.
Oh,
now.
Darren in the wall, hard hit. No, never mind. Excuse me, if that smoke made me think that it was a hard hit. He did lose a spot, though.
Cameron Rich has caught Cooper Johnson.
Oh, he is there right on the back bumper, trying to take a look on the outside.
Right behind, too.
16 laps to go.
You're saying Johnny Eckert has caught them.
Oh, man, he closed that gap like right now in a hurry and then some.
Wow, look at that.
Eckert. Now we got a 3-way battle. Wow. That is what we call they are a coming. You hear the train coming. It is Johnny Eckert. He's got this track figured out. He is hooked up, trying to take a peek on the inside of Cameron Rich, but nothing doing right now.
I'm being told Vincent Isabella had a meatball flag.
He's just able to keep the car on the bottom so much better than Cameron. Like just in that corner, you saw Cameron kind of bob up off the corner, and Johnny was able to keep it kind of pinned on that apron.
And that's going to save that. Here. And that's going to save that right front better, and that's going to be way better in the long run. There, I think.
Oh,
damn.
And a black flag. That was too fast.
Ah. He's trying, but a meatball flag, unfortunately, for Vincent. He comes down pit road. And Cameron's still holding off Johnny in the meantime, but that's exactly, I think, what Cooper wants to see is those 2 cars battle it out. You know, it's not going to be easy for Johnny to get by Cameron Rich. Kind of the new age dominator, the old versus the new here. Battle for that second spot, but Cooper Johnson definitely wants to get another win under his belt this season. And now Johnny's falling back a little bit. I don't know if he maybe used up a little bit of his stuff.
Oh, whoa, Wreck, 92 involved. Caution is out.
And the caution is out.
Now we're gonna see who's got tires.
Wow. Yeah, and,
We think
and
we all,
everyone
they
should
all
be able to
have
make it.
them, but
What happened here? What?
Ooh,
Arlo.
who was it? Neil. Neil got loose. The 92 was there, and unfortunately for both of them, gets into the inside wall. Oh, not a good moment for our teams there, Carlos.
That's fortunately that sucks, but
Oh,
he hit the
Yep,
what's a
yes,
racing
yes.
incident.
Yeah, they clipped.
Right now, Drew may probably not be happy, but I'm sure once he looks at the replay and calms down, he'll understand what happened. We've all been there, hit the wall, and it just shoots you down. Everyone pit road.
Just that wrong angle of a hit. Nathaniel Cherry stayed out. What is up with that? We'll probably see him down pit road. Maybe that was just to lead a lap, get the points. See who wins this race off pit road. It could be huge between the top three guys of Cooper Johnson, Cameron Rich, and Johnny Eckert. Well, everyone getting in their boxes. We'll see who wins that race off. This is our fourth caution of the night. 11 laps to go in half one. Reminder, top 14 cars will invert for half number 2. 64 more laps. Cameron's moving. I think Cameron might have won this race off pit road.
I don't know. I think that may have been Cooper Johnson.
Or Cooper Johnson did beat him.
Which was expected, but that was a little bit closer than I thought it would have been.
Yeah. Oh, he drove through. That's why I got messed up there. Okay, yeah, it flipped on me, and I lost track of who was who.
Eckert
So
did
Rich-
not have a good pit stop at all.
No, he's fallen back to 7th. He basically went from 3rd to 6th. Joe Francis, Gavin Hibbs, and Damian with good pit stops. We'll see what Nathaniel Cherry does here. Looks like he's staying out on the racetrack, holding on to that lead, so doing something a little bit different. Maybe hoping for a real late caution and having maybe about a few extra laps of fresh tires and seeing what that 35 car can do.
I'm also being shown that he's gone down pit road 3 times. The last time he went down was a 7-second pit stop.
I'm wondering if he burned his tires already and he's just got what he's got.
Kind of got well, obviously got to run what you brung here at this point.
Remember, there was a lap 1. There was a lap 1 incident, a lap 0 incident technically, and so people did go down pit road, even people who weren't involved. I wonder if Nathaniel Cherry did that, forgot about the tires, and then the next time there's a caution, a couple laps later, I think 10 laps later, went down again. But I guess we won't be able to find out. He's going down pit road now.
Just so everyone at home knows, it is very easy to not unclick your tires when you don't want to take tires. People who are not familiar with iRacing, it's actually just a little box that you have to scroll through and you have to remember to click. I can say that with confidence because last week I didn't unclick tires when I came down pit road on lap 1 of second half, and I had to race the whole second half with down a set of tires. So it is very easy, especially for guys who are frustrated, guys who are worried about speeding. There's a couple things going on to forget to reach down there, cycle through your black boxes, and unclick it. So it's not, I know we make it sound like, oh, he didn't choose his tires. Like, it's actually not hard to forget to click your tires if you're going to go down there and just get fuel.
And there's probably a bunch of us that the tire clicking option was always there, but I believe, I mean, still a number of years ago now that they went to, there you see the championship standings there as well, but they used to have unlimited tires no matter what for the most part. It was they didn't always have the limit on the tires. At least it was a while before leagues I ran and really partook in that. So it really didn't matter. So you didn't really have to worry too much about unchecking your tires or checking them unless you wanted to get on and off pit road, quickly. But to burn through your sets now sometimes can be something that happens, especially if you run some official races or hosted races, then a league race that limits your tires. can throw you off there a little
Yep,
bit.
The big ones, if you get a little bit of damage, you want to come down and fix the little bit of damage. You don't want to take tires, and you're frustrated that you got damage, and you forget to undo it. So it's very easy to mess up.
Yep, been there. And we've been here before, seeing Cooper Johnson on the restart here. 8 laps to go. Another good start by that 91. Probably about as good as a restart we've seen Cameron Rich go. He'll lose that 3rd spot going into turn 1.
Caution. Kolb. Oh, no.
Driver change.
Driver change.
Fired up.
Fire it. I don't know who was saying it, but it was beautiful.
Dallas Myhan, you are needed in the number 15 pit box.
Yeah.
Too much gravy.
Too much gravy.
Wow.
Good job by.
Oh, no.
Oh. So the
It is
beginning
old
of the half
friend
and the end of the half for Hackett.
Matt the Hackathorn. That's so weird. What? The car just broke loose.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be a spot that you're under any heavy braking in. You know, you shouldn't have to lose a lot of braking. That car just snapped on him.
Yeah.
It almost looks like he didn't start the turn into the corner until it was too late, and when he realized he needed a turn is when it snapped.
Just kind of upset the balance of the race car, and around he went. It's unfortunate for Justin Kolb. Good, he was cool to see him out here for half number 1, but unfortunately it ends in a little bit of a disaster there for the 15. See him on pit road Hackathorn as well.
Does have the meatball flag, and unfortunately that means RKM is now down to 2 cars.
2 cars, at least they're running up in the top 10 right now. Cameron Rich in 4th, Darren Staff in the 8th position. But the top 2 positions right now, South Shore.
And something of note, that's a big deal, is if Damian Leinemann finishes in front of Cameron Rich in half 1, that means going into half 2, he has a shot. As slim as the shot may be for the championship, he has to finish in front of Cameron Rich to have a shot in half 2. He's literally 1 position ahead of him with probably, 4 laps to go when we go back green?
Didn't he have to finish ahead of Cooper? I can't remember how that went.
Cooper has to finish 8 spots ahead of Cameron to have a chance. Damien just has to finish in front of Cameron.
There you see again the championship standings as they sit going into half number 1. Man, these could be some hungry drivers going into to end this half here. So if Cameron tries to make a pass, you wonder how aggressive Cooper or Damien would be to try to keep Cameron Rich at bay. So it could be a fun one to watch here.
I mean, even if Cameron knows it, right? If you're Cameron Rich and you know you beat Leinemann back around to the line, the championship is yours. Like that, I mean, he could win it right now in 4 laps by just getting in front of the 12 car.
Yeah, we can lock it up. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, so we're going to see the aggressivity.
Because it is a 14-car invert.
It is a 14-car invert.
If I'm Cameron Rich and I'm up front, I want to lock it up now. I want to beat the 12 around to the line, so I do not have to worry about half 2 because you're going to be starting mid-pack, half 2, and we've already seen what can go wrong quickly. By the way, I'm pretty sure our cautions is going to be hit the over by a lot. That's how I'm going to
Never know.
Right
half 2 could be a green flag.
Neil Rutt on the YouTube chat saying pain.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. Yeah, that was a tough one. Just kissed that wall too. That I was surprised that it upset the car that much. But again, Eisenman was there, and wow. I'm looking at the field. There was a little bit smaller of a field. 31 cars or 30 cars, I think, took the green flag here. There's only 18 cars on the lead lap right now. Wow. And Justin Kolb and Thomas Capuano, they're in 19th and 20th, 3 laps down for Kolb, and Thomas Capuano 5 laps down. So I think Carpenter told me before the race, if wrecks happen, they might not happen often, which it's been moderate here at least so far. But when they do happen, they're going to happen big. And And I think that's what we've seen here tonight, at least heavy damage for these cars. But we're going to get ready to get the green flag here. We'll come into 3 to go. Cooper Johnson on top, Damian Leininger on the bottom in the front row. Next row back will be Cameron Rich and Gavin Hibbs.
3-lap shootout.
It's going to be a 3-lap shootout, and let's see what Johnny Eckert can do. He's in that 6th position. We've seen him battle with those with Cooper Johnson and Cameron Rich in the top 3, but can he get back up there with the limited amount of time we got left? We're about to find out as the pace truck dives down pit road. Cooper Johnson been dominating here in half number 1. Can he wrap it up with a win? We're about to find out. And a good start for Damien. There had to be a little bit of teamwork, cooperation going into 1. As Cooper Johnson clears the 12. Cameron on the bottom side. I don't think he's used to that. He seems like he's been restarting 2nd on the top side, but he's going to hang on to that 3rd spot for now. But Gavin's not going to give it up easy. But here comes Johnny Eckert right behind them as well.
Cameron's going to clear for 3rd, so he's got to go get Damien in these next 2 laps.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
Gavin gets loose. Almost got.
What a save. That car was sideways.
Sideways and right next to our championship leader, Cameron Rich. That could have been a big moment. It has avoided 2 laps to go. Cooper Johnson looking in the rearview mirror. Damian Leininger is about to get some heat from Cameron Rich. And here comes Johnny on the inside of Gavin Hibbs going down into 3. Coming out of turn 4, getting the white flag. 1 lap to go once they hit the line.
Cameron's under Damien.
Cameron's under Damien. Damien's going to have to give a fight if he wants to stay in the championship battle. And Cooper Johnson, man, I don't know if it's going to matter a whole lot if Cameron finishes in 2nd, but he's going to want to end with the win regardless here. But Cameron's there in that 2nd spot. He got loose coming out of the corner, but he's going to hang on. That's going to open the door.
Damien's going to drive it in.
Not going to quite get there, but coming out of turn 4, I don't think Cam's got enough. Cooper Johnson keeps the winning streak alive. He's going to win here half number 1 at Homestead.
Great win.
Cameron Rich 2nd. That was a dominant win by the 91. Cameron Rich coming home 2nd. Damian Leininger 3rd. And that's all I really got in the lineup. I think Johnny Eckert ended up 4th, and Gavin Hibbs, I think he hung on. He was in battle with Joe Francis there. I didn't see who took that battle, but a great win by Cooper Johnson. The championship might be done for him. There you see the finishing order there. So Hibbs gets Joe Francis at the line, Darren Staff in 7th, Zach Rogers 8th, Caden Tufts 9th, and Ty McIntosh, old potty mouth, rounds out your top 10. So we'll get a quick word. He's in here interview waiting, and we'll let you think about your picks again. Top 14, Ray Bracey will start on the pole here in half number 2. Cooper Johnson, you're here in the 3-wide TV booth. Last week, you got the win based on luck, but here in half number 1, it was anything but that. How's it feel?
Yeah, it feels pretty damn good to lead that many laps and to dominate a race like that. Anytime you do that it's awesome. You know, I thought I would be pretty good, and I knew I had to be on point today if I had any chance to try to catch Cameron by the end of this thing. But I did not think I was going to lead that much and be that good. But hey, I'll take it all day, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. We've seen you pull away. We've seen in fights there with Cameron Rich. Johnny Eckert was making some noise too. How much fun is it with these cars? What I love is seeing the multiple lanes that guys can run. And is there any way in the position that you were in, could you have defended that if someone made a run on the high side? It seemed like you were kind of hugging the bottom for most of it.
I'm just most comfortable on the bottom, and I still feel like the bottom is much better than any other lane. I don't know if Cameron could have passed me. I mean, I saw dove it in there really hard in that last corner there in the last lap on to try and catch me. So I don't know, maybe if he was able to kind of hold that right rear corner panel coming off the corner, he might be able to get the run on me, but I still feel like the bottom is the best place to be. You save the most tires there. It's just as fast as the top, and I feel like if he would have had a shot, he would have had to really dive it in there and hope it stuck. But yeah.
Yeah, and so now you got some work cut out for you here. I don't know what the championship's really gonna hold for you as far as you know Cameron Rich finishing second, but still a great way to end the season with at least a half one win. What's it gonna take at least to end the season on a sweep here, starting back in 14?
Patience. Hope that the guys off the start here don't cause a bunch of calamity on this first restart and for the first couple laps, and just kind of let it settle out and try my best to just slowly make passes as best I can and not kill my tires. Because that was the only reason why I was able to stay ahead of Cameron as well as I was in the first half. Just be very, very patient on that right rear and don't use too much wheel in the center of the corner. And we're just going to have to hope that, because there's plenty of cautions, so I'm assuming that there'll probably be more cautions in the second half, and we'll just have to hope that we aren't involved in some of them.
Yeah, it's going to be in that mid pack, could be potentially the danger zone. So we'll have to, again, I think mind your P's and Q's is going to be huge. But before we let you get ready for half number 2, any shout outs you want to give?
In case I don't come back up here again, shout out you guys. Shout out Goody, Carlos, obviously Vic for running the league. Been a very fun season. Whether we win the championship or not, I'm pretty proud of this chase run that we've had to get from start from 7th in the points to have a chance at least to win the thing by the end. Shout out to Outlaw Racing. Johnny's in the race here tonight. Shout out to him. And shout out to all of Outlaw, DJ included, supporting breast cancer awareness and Alzheimer awareness. Shout out to Batflip Podcast, Batflip Breaks. Check them both out on YouTube. Shout out to all of South Shore Racing as well. Damien for Race to Be Clean giving me a break there on that last restart as well. And hopefully we'll have another good second half.
Hey, Cameron, I got a question for you before you get out of here. So
okay.
the leaders all pretty much ran the bottom in that race, except for Cameron got up there towards the end. We saw a lot of guys on the wall towards the back of the pack, obviously racing for position. With it going to a nighttime setting, are we gonna see more of the leaders, the fast guys up towards the wall, or is it still gonna be a bottom dominated race for the top guys?
I still think it's still gonna be bottom. I mean, the only way, at least to me, the top side would have worked is if it got a little bit, if there was more heat in the track, then the tires were a little bit more wore, that maybe you could get up there and create a big run if you kept the car as straight as you could off, and that would be the way to make it work. I don't know. I could be proven wrong here because I don't know this track from inside and out, but I still think it's going to be a bottom feeder if you're going to be able to, like I said, save your tires and keep that speed in it.
All right, man. Good luck. Look forward to watching.
Appreciate it.
You also called him Cameron.
Did I call him Cameron?
You sure did.
Dude.
Oh, no.
I'm an idiot.
Hey, it's okay.
This is my last time doing this, so I get a pass. Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. He's won a lot more than I am. You probably said Cameron a lot more than Cooper, so it's totally okay. It's understandable.
It's okay. I'm getting fired from the booth for a reason. It's fine.
All right, Cooper. Best of luck to you in half number 1, and go give him hell.
All right, thanks, boys.
See, Carlos, you could have just not said anything.
I had to.
Like a total douchebag live on TV. That's cool.
Listen, last week was a serial killer. This week, douchebag. But hey, you look good.
Thank you.
That's not you.
So
that's not me. This is me. This is me. This is my normal look, not serial killer.
Well, debatable. But the official word is in. Cameron Rich is your 2023B OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series champion. So yeah, das Boot Party. So you know what I liked, and I think Cooper knew that the chances were long that he was going to win the championship, but I liked how he brought it here tonight, got half number 1, the half number 1 win, And again, I think the effort that 91 car has put in to make it a fight as best as he could with the circumstances too, with maybe some other championship contenders not being here around at the end. Cool to see Cooper Johnson give it a fight, and hopefully, hey, we can see some of these guys right now. We got one half of racing left, one last half for redemption, not just for Cooper, but for everyone else in the field. And hey, even for Cameron Rich, you might as well end your championship season with the wins. There's everything is on the line for pride here in half number 2. But with that, speaking of pride, I think we got to go to our picks here.
Oh yeah, we got to do it quickly.
Yeah. And I don't know if Vic is Vic available. I don't even know who picks first here in half number 2.
I know
Let me extend the pace laps 1 second. Let me extend the pace laps.
Oops, this is our bad. Blame Cooper.
It's okay. It's okay.
Or blame Cam according to Taylor.
Cam Cooper.
All right. So Matt is first pick, and I'm giving him Cooper.
All right. Yeah.
Just so that none of you can have it. Taylor, your second pick, bud.
Give me Eckerd.
You want Eckerd? That's okay.
Man, I'm already sending Carlos a box, man. Does it really matter at this point?
Okay, so I'm next pick, and you know, I'm gonna pick a guy that just honestly has the worst frickin' luck, and that's Gilberto, and I hate having to pick him, but he's had awful luck. So, Goody, you're up next, bud.
All right. Well, you know, this is probably why I'm back here with the likes of Vic, because I had this pick available. I'm going with the 2023 B OSCA Series or Weekend Woodsman Series champion. I'm going Cameron Rich.
You had that saved?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
That's why I'm back here.
Okay, well, my turn, right?
Take your victory lap, Carlos.
All right. Well, I don't know if it's official yet, but I have a feeling I'm gonna have another championship on my way. All right. Especially more so when I looked at once again who I haven't picked this half, and I am doing a double tick again. Leinemann got me third, but I have a feeling number 90 Johnny Eckerd's gonna get me a win.
I just said Eckerd.
You can't pick Eckerd.
Oh,
Wait,
come
did you?
on.
Oh, snap! Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to you.
Pay attention.
The last one and you messed it up. Good job.
I haven't messed it up once. Shoot. Give me the 87, Zach Rogers.
All right,
Solid
quick,
pick.
Vic, before you leave, do we have an update on the team championship
Yeah.
to look for?
I'm not giving you a team championship update. You're gonna find that out on Twitter post race. I'm not. Team points right now.
We're gonna find that out on Friday afternoon.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out when I wake up in the morning. Great.
What, you wake up in the afternoon?
In the morning?
Maybe.
Maybe. Must be nice.
No, I wish.
But
No,
anyway,
he's gonna play video games while he quote works.
It's not true.
must be
That is
nice.
not true.
Oh man.
It's what you
I'm
think
done.
I do. Why does everybody think that people who work from home just do that all the time? I get it.
Well, it would be nice, but it would be. So the pace truck dives down. We're gonna get ready for half number 2 of the 3 wide TV 189. Ray Bracey, DJ Weeks lead them to the green flag one last time here in 2023, and we are racing here once again at Homestead. And man, I love this good clean start. This is what we should have seen half number 1. Did not get to see it. And here we got the get killer cars. Oh, stay green. Who was that involved? My screen was kind of blurry there. Was that
Rashid Coles, Andrew Rucker, I think. Oh, excuse me, I was wrong. Kynan Jones, Cherry, Rashid Coles. Unfortunately, Dylan Thomas, Andrew Rucker, and Alex Great did not start this second half. And if you notice on the ticker, it does say Dallas My Hand. So he is back on track for half number 2.
I don't know about you guys, and I know what the drivers think, but I love these big car inverts. Oh, man. I love big car inverts. They make it so much more fun in the second half, but that was sketchy.
Yeah, and it gets sketchy. Gavin Hibbs already up 5 spots. Darren Staff up 5 spots as well in third. And Gavin Hibbs back in fifth. But they are moving, charging up through the field here. And some of these guys, Darren, he's flexed his muscles in half number 1. Gavin Hibbs flexed his muscles as well, but couldn't quite get up to the top 3. But now they have a chance to get up into the top 5, top 3, maybe even the lead, and pull away from the guys like Cameron Rich, Johnny Eckert. They're 8th, 9th right now. Cooper Johnson in 11th, having a little bit tougher time working their way up through the field. So these inverts are fun. Good way to end the season. And Ray Bracey gets to lead a couple laps, but that 45 car of Darren Staff, he is on the prowl.
That highline is just not working like we thought it would. They're just not able to keep the power down off of exit to really get that big run. Kind of hope that comes in as the race goes on, but right now it's not working.
And I wonder if it's got to be a grip thing. We've seen it in half number 1, with Gilberto losing it. I think we've seen Caden Tufts there. He never lost it, but he definitely, his car got upset on that top side, so it must be a little bit more unstable on corner exit. Ooh, we see Bracey kick that rear out a little bit. That's going to open the door here for Darren Staff.
I wonder if it's the new track model, the new track progression model. It's just not making the highline work as well as it used to.
Maybe not enough heat. I know it's the dynamic tracks, and maybe if more guys run up there, it will work. But right now, I think Darren Staff's got the preferred line going into 3. He's going to try to make a charge, but he's got the other hard charger here, Gavin Hibbs, right behind him. Darren's going to try to take the lead, but he's still in a drag race here with Ray Bracey, and Bracey's going to hold on to the lead.
3 wide.
Hibbs 3 wide for the lead. Bracey holding on. Well, Gavin Hibbs is now going to take the lead, but can Bracey get that run out of the corner? Looks like he does for now, but Gavin Hibbs, no, he's going to tuck behind him now. I thought he was going to make a charge. So Bracey, man alive, he is driving the wheels off that thing.
That was a power move.
Yeah, he looked dead to rights like he was going to lose that lead to Darren and Gavin, and he's able to hang on to it. And 7 laps in, Bracey's still holding on to it. And then Johnny Eckert now up to 7th. I was here, Cameron Rich, I think he made it. Kind of plateaued there in 11th spot, and Cooper Johnson still in 11th. So some of these guys, again, I think like Cooper said, how hard are some of these guys that are charging through the field? Are they burning their tires? Johnny Eckert, we've seen him do it all night long though. Work his way up into the top 3 earlier. He's still on the prowl now, running. It's kind of cute seeing Johnny Eckert and DJ Weeks together again on the racetrack, bumper to bumper. Brings up some old times here in OSCA competition. So we are on lap number 8 of 63. Bracey still holding on, but Gavin Hibbs on the bumper. And for Gavin Hibbs, again, we talked about in half number 1 how rough his season was, Peeler. If he can lead some laps, potentially get a win here to close out the season, I couldn't imagine how big of a relief that would be for the 95 car. Well,
yeah,
they're going to the high side here.
That changes everything. Yeah, I noticed that the lap before, I think Bracey decided to move up there about 2 laps ago, and when Gibbs couldn't get around him and found something, and then Hibbs has now followed him up there. This is the first time I've seen Hibbs go to the top in 3 and 4. They've been running the bottom in 3 and 4, but 1 and 2, they're definitely running the top. I don't know if that's okay for the tires, but they've definitely found speed up there in 1 and 2 running the top.
Yeah, it is working now as Joe Francis is now in a battle with Darren Staff for the 3rd position.
We did see Bracey tag the wall, which is what it's the catch-22 for running up there. You might smack it, you might lose a spot here.
Loses a little bit of that momentum going into 3 and 4. Gavin Hibbs does the Kyle Larson.
Too much.
Too much beans, but he's going to hang on. Let's see if Bracey gets that run. Looks on the inside going into 1. It looks like he will. Can Bracey battle and get that spot back? Oh, and Hibbs is about knocking the wall down. Yeah, he did it. If he didn't hit the wall, but he hangs on to it.
Now that's burning the right rear up. You want to know what burning the right rear up looks like? Clip that image right there.
Yeah. man alive. And here comes Joe Francis on the top side now. He's looking for that second spot from Ray Bracy. He's moved up 7 spots from the 9th starting position he had here for half number 2. So the comers and goers definitely coming into play. And I'm looking through the starting lineup, or looking through the running order. And old Matt the Hackathorn up 11 spots in 14th. So good clean start this time. Now he gets to flex his muscle a little bit. Oh, yep, Joe Francis getting around Gavin Hibbs, making a quick work of it, or should seem to be. But Hibbs is going to have a good run coming out of the corner. Not quite. Oh, Joe shuts the door. Whew. And looks like Joe will hang on to it. That was teammates just giving each other a little bit of room there. I got to wonder if they weren't both on Shift Esports, if going into one would have been a little bit more hairy, a little bit more aggressive.
I think, from what I'm seeing, I think the high line is the passing lane. I think the high line is where you go when you get to somebody and you pass and you want to pass them. But as far as tire saving and tire wear, the guys that are running the bottom are doing the best job of that. So I think you're only going to see guys go to the top when they actually want to pass somebody.
And I'm still wondering, because these guys are running really hard. It seems like they're all aggressive. Even Johnny Eckert, they were watching him battle with Ray Bracy, who's just trying to hang on now into the top 10. But again, pretty much from the start. Ooh, we see Eisenman down pit road right now. But right away from the start, we've seen Cooper Johnson and Cameron Rich. Cooper's now up, Cameron's up to 9th and 10th, so they're moving up a little bit here.
Not hard, is it?
It's not hard at all. But they're kind of plateaued. They're almost running together here, and I'm wondering again how Cooper just made that point in his half one victory interview, was saving that right front tire. And the way this is trending, we're still early on in the going in half number 2, but we're getting a lot more green flag this time. So that right front tire could be huge.
I don't know what happened, but 5 or 6 laps ago, Ty McIntosh got a black flag. He went down pit road and got a black flag speeding. Then the next lap, Drew Eisenman got a meatball flag for hitting the wall too hard. Cleared it, and then got a black flag exiting pit road.
Wow, so yeah, and we've seen that even under in half number 1 under caution, seeing a lot of black flags going down pit road. So kind of a head scratcher here, especially.
How many cautions do we have in half 1?
5.
All right.
Remember, Vic did predict.
No,
Vic predicted that one and a half should be very clean. So far, he also called for under. So far, Vic is looking to be a real winner here tonight, and I'm looking to be a chump.
Well, you did win the Broadcasters Championship, so there's no way you're coming out.
Is that official?
Looking like a chump.
And Cameron Rich did finish second in the first half, so you got the under there.
Yeah.
Whoa!
We're hitting oh man, Hibbs hanging on, trying to hold on to that second position over Johnny Eckert.
Speaking of Cameron Rich,
right behind him there. He's flipped that switch on. We're getting those tires warmed up. Some of these guys might have worn their stuff out. And Cameron Rich and Cooper Johnson, they're kind of riding each other's wakes here up towards the front. Cameron Rich in the top 5. Oh boy. Cooper Johnson, though, he's in a gaggle, almost 3 wide going into the corner. He's got Darren below and Ray Bracy up top. Darren will give him a little bit of room.
Oh!
Oh boy. Oh. That could have got ugly there. Johnny Eckert just moved into second. Man, they're still both battling 3 wide there. They don't know.
Update. Leininger.
Oh.
Did he come back?
Caution is out.
Well, something's going on. Did we lose drivers?
Yeah, we had a server issue there for a second.
Oh no. Server issues. That brings out our first caution of half number 2. Joe Francis just dropped a bunch of spots. I don't know if he.
Yeah, Joe Francis,
Damien.
Dallas Myhan, Leininger, Gilberto, Eisenman, Ty McIntosh, and Kind of Joes may have been. Okay, so we're not sure. Vic, do we have any developments?
Yeah, I threw the caution for server issues.
Okay.
So are we bringing him down pit road? What's the?
Yeah, what's going to be the procedure?
Oh, the procedure.
Looks like he's talking to the drivers.
Yeah. We'll let Vic communicate. We're not sure what the procedure is for this.
So the good thing is, unfortunately, we had this similar issue, the rain delay at Talladega a few weeks ago. So there could be some contingency plans into place now that happened just a few weeks ago, and Vic is calling everyone to stop on the end of pit road here. Nope, no one's pit. Woo!
Don't pit.
So this is the equivalent here of a red flag scenario. Red flag scenario. Rashid Coles has gone rogue. He's still out on the racetrack. and they're getting that short up, so Rashid is stopped. And cars are off. Drivers are getting out of their car here, and this might be the first time in OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series history we have a red flag. Wow.
I mean, technically, I think we had it last time.
Yeah, that's true. We did.
Do we have any pets to put on camera or driver interviews with animals to fill time? Because that's what NASCAR does. So I'm just curious.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we'll see. We do have some drivers here in the infield care center. So I seen Ty McIntosh. He was in there first. I'm gonna since we're under the red flag here, we're gonna have a little fun here. We'll get potty mouth on the screen here. So I seen you're in here a few laps ago, Ty, but we don't know quite what happened. We seen a penalty or some sort. So what's going on out there?
I was celebrating during the first race. I say celebrating. I mean, it's the end of the season. I told Adam that I was going to celebrate with some drinks. Those hit with about 5 laps into the second half. Yeah, I got a little scared. I'm not going to lie to you. I almost killed half the field, and I was like, no, it's not. So respect to Tim Conrad. I don't know how he does it every week. I don't understand how he does it anymore. I thought it maybe
doesn't have a liver anymore.
That'll do it, I guess. I don't know.
He's a bionic liver is probably what it is. It's robotic.
It's looking like a light shower. We're not going to lose too much of the track, by the way, guys.
Yeah, it looks like the jet dryers, the air titans are keeping the track under control right now. But someone's at least getting wet with some alcohol here. Ty, what was the drink of choice here for you?
It was a Jack Daniel's Down Home Punch.
Ooh. Nice.
Yeah,
some of those are scary.
Some of them are a little scary, but obviously I turned 21 about a week ago at this point. But I figured what the hell, it's the last race of the season. We're all gonna drink afterwards. I figured I'd pregame. Yeah, no, bad idea.
Well, pregame's always never a bad idea. So I don't know where you're going with that. That doesn't make sense to me.
Have you had anything to eat?
Yeah.
No, I ate before. So I'm not. It's not that bad. It's just enough where I can feel my senses are a little weak, so I'm like,
Hey, respect to that.
So
man.
I do want to interject here real quick because we were talking football just a little bit ago, and we gave the Raiders the most shade. They are hanging 49 points to Los Angeles Chargers, 0 points right now. So
golly,
whatever they did last week, they fixed. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, they are on. Definitely could have used a few of those points last week, but one thing I do want to say to Ty is that we get to see you grow up so fast. I think it was about a year ago that we were talking about
Red
how
flag's
you don't
about to conclude, just so you guys know.
Oh, it's about to conclude, but all right, so we are getting everyone back in order. Rain's letting up here a little bit, and track's drying's complete. But about a year ago, Ty, you were saying, I'm 20 years old, not old enough to drink, and I'm going to stick with Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
What changed at 365?
Well, when it became a reality that it was possible, you kind of just, it happens. So, yeah, no. It was one of those things where I wasn't thinking about it, but then when it was possible, I was like, yeah, you know, we might as well.
You got to see what it looks like when I get a little tipsy. So maybe that.
Yeah,
puts
no,
some
I
into
will
it.
say meeting Adam in Bristol, one of the things he said to me, because you know we were at Bristol and he was getting a drink. The lady that was actually there was like asking if I wanted a drink, not even going to card me, and I was like, no, we're good. But then he was telling me good first drink ideas and whatnot. But yeah, so it changed very quickly.
First and track, by the way, guys.
Hey, can respect that, but hey, for one, you got to enjoy yourself being 21 now, especially here for the OSCA end of season party here. And before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give?
I want to shout out Adam for having me this season. This season was huge. I was telling Adam that obviously before the season I was kind of taking it a little too serious, being a hard ass. But I've kind of realized that I need to have a lot more fun this season, and I wanted to thank him. Glad to announce that Seth has made it official. We're going back to shift for next year. It's going to be fun and really new roster, honestly. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, man, I just want to thank Adam and you guys for putting the show on, Vic for running this league, and the Rain for giving me enough time to get through the thing there. It was nice.
Hashtag team fun.
Hashtag team fun.
So, Vic, I have a question. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, finish the interview.
Oh, bye, Ty.
Bye, Ty.
Have a good one, guys.
You too. Keep drinking.
I don't know about that.
Do your best.
Vic, I have a question. The drivers who got disconnected, are they gonna get their spot back?
They're back on the lap on the lead.
They're back in the lead lap. They should be grateful for that.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. I just wanted to clear that. Dallas Myhan stayed out. Might be looking to lead a lap. His championship hopes, of course, have been dashed already. Missed the first half. But looking to maybe get an extra point or two for the actual car itself. Unfortunately, Justin Kolb had an issue going into turn 1 late in half 1 and wrecked himself. So it sounds like going to be struggling for the car points itself, but still looking to finish as strong as he can.
Yeah, hopefully he can get a good run to end the season here. And yeah, he's going to hold on to the top spot. Gavin Hibbs, I believe, won the race off pit road. Johnny Eckert, and hey, now fresh tires, equal set of tires. Cooper Johnson, Cameron Rich, up to 4th and 5th, I believe.
And unfortunately, due to the red flag, Joe Francis did have to, he will not get his spot back. But it will be fun to watch Joe come back to the field because I'm sure he's going to come back with a vengeance. Yeah,
he wants to get back up where he's running. Unfortunately, yeah, that's a big one for him there. But we'll see how he can end the night here. But he's got to go through a hornet's nest here. And again, we were green flag before the weather delay, we'll call it. So now does that kind of change things for how calm, cool, and collected half 2 has been so far?
I say so. I mean, you bunch these guys back up. They've had time to sit. I wouldn't be surprised. I do want to give a shout out to Caden Tuff sitting in 4th, though. We were talking to him before the race, and he asked the question if he was able to be here every night and run full time. He is younger. He does have school. He plays hockey for the school, so he's got a lot going on. But he asked if we thought he could be an actual championship contender if he was able to show up every week. And we all told him yes. He didn't believe it, but I think he proves himself every week that he's here that he actually could. So I want to give him a shout out there running 4th, and I wouldn't be surprised if he has a good chance of winning tonight.
Yeah, I think we've seen, him up front in the, he's been no stranger in basically any season he's ran, even the last couple seasons. And I think he ran the Xfinity cars and as well as the newer style Gen 6 cars. And he's always been a top 10 contender, and he's even flirted with some victories as well. So yeah, I think he could definitely be a title contender if he strung a whole season around. So, man, yeah, I don't know where he would doubt himself that he wouldn't be a title fighter there. Guys like Cameron Rich and Johnny Eckert in the past are always tough to beat. But he could be one of those guys I could see that kind of like a Cooper Johnson or David Westergreen almost had the puncher's chance of winning it last season. of a guys that could make some noise and maybe knock these heavy favorites on their heels. I definitely can see that.
Definitely.
Go back to green, concluding our
Dallas's old
6th
tires.
caution of the night. Yeah, Dallas on the older tires. See how that pays off. Get another. This will be a true test here of the older tires. Green flag back out. Nice smooth start. We didn't see a great jump there for Dallas on those older tires, but it was smooth.
Oh!
No wheel sprint. Oh, but Gavin Hibbs up into the wall. Oh, and they're wrecking behind him. And unfortunately, I think that involved Caden Tufts, who was right behind. Yep. Still deserves a shout out there. You know, that was just an unfortunate sequence of events.
Tepe again.
I really want to see the replay of how that exactly unfolded, because Gavin Hibbs' car did some weird. Watch this.
I wonder if he missed the shift.
Yeah, his car just went straight.
Oh man, 97, doing it for Dale head on to the outside wall. Hurts.
Yeah, and his car was limping, hopping, in rough shape. See what?
Oh yeah, that's the area you shift. Unfortunately, because of the update, you can't actually see what's going on there anymore. But ooh.
Caden looks relatively all right despite what happened to him, but some of the guys behind him, like DJ Weeks, that got some heavy damage.
Hips down.
I know we've seen two missed shifts tonight. I can attest. I actually just purchased my first H pattern shifter for iRacing a couple weeks ago, and they are very easy to money shift. They're very easy to miss shift. I thought it would be like driving a regular car, and they're not. So I think I may have money shift one time before, and in the 2 weeks that I've had it, I've probably done it. Like
actually, Justin Kolb in the YouTube chat with the a pretty astute theory. Track was still wet in turn 1.
Ooh, that makes sense. I like it. So a spot the Air Titans might have missed there. And one thing I got to ask you, Peeler, about your H pattern shifter. I'm looking down at mine right now. I have 7 gears.
I do too. I have the I don't remember the name of it. It's $60 for Thrustmaster. It's their newer shifter they came out with. They're more affordable option, and it is the thing about these shifters. A lot of them they're H pattern, but they're gate. For people who don't know what that means, they've got lines that kind of come back towards where the shifter is. It's not like a normal car where there's a lot of freedom of movement there, and you can really feel the car go into gear. That's not how a lot of the shifters work. Maybe some of the guys who have, the more expensive shifters have that, but for the most part, there isn't any of that, and you're literally just going from like channel to channel, and they're called gates, and it is very easy to go to money shift, to go from third or trying to go up into third and hit first. It's also really easy, which I'm kind of curious what Gavin Hibbs may have done, is to go from third and when you're pulling down to actually go into fifth, which these cars don't have, which actually puts the car in neutral. So that's something else I wondered.
That's what I'm wondering too, because that's actually the same shifter. Mine's a little bit more worn out, and once you get used to them, it's actually almost second nature. But sometimes once in a while, I'll have that too. You're talking about it's going from third, usually down into like 6th gear. I'm actually just going through the gears right now, kind of playing with it. And that's happened to me.
You're
too,
playing with your gear stick?
when you hit it down. Oh yeah, well always.
I was surprised.
Just
Just to kind of help, paint the picture a little bit. I mean, I've always wanted a shifter. I never had one. I was on paddle shifters forever. And I really thought it would be like jumping in a car, driving a stick. I love driving stick out on the road, and it is nothing like that. It was quite surprising with how different it feels. So I understand more some guys when I see them money shifting, and I kind of think to myself, like, why are you doing that? But I was thinking it from me being on paddle shifters. Now that I have this gated H pattern, I can completely understand how it happens when it does.
Well, it's green, by the way.
1 to green. Dallas Myhan still holding on to the lead. And hey, it even happens in real life. Once you get used to it, to me, I'm getting going through the gears now, and just feels pretty natural. But I've had mine for a few years. But Dale Jr. money shifted, I believe, at Pocono one time, doing the same thing.
I remember that.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
It's very easy to do. It was kind of surprising. I mean, I can't think of how many times I've done it in a real car. Maybe because I had a little more thought to it and I want to blow the engine up in my real car. But it's simple, and you're shifting so fast, and it's just a completely different feeling. So it is possible to do, obviously. And I just want to kind of paint that picture for you guys.
You don't have the transmission to argue with you there as well,
No,
but
and you've got no resistance, and it's different. It's a different feeling.
Gavin
different
Hicks
feeling.
in the infield care center. We'll bring him up next caution.
So hang out there, Gavin. We'll get to you as Dallas Myhan once again restarts up front. This time he's got Johnny Eckert to the outside, trying to battle for that top position. And Dallas is just going to try to hang on as long as he can with those older tires, but it looks like Johnny's going to get a good run out of the corner, and he's going to take the lead. Here comes Cameron Rich, Cooper Johnson right there in 3rd and 4th, charging up front as well. But now they're battling side by side. They were going to the front together. Now that they're there, they're abandoning their little cooperation tactics here. And Cooper Johnson moved him up into the 3rd spot.
And Damian Leininger, just to note, was one of the guys who had an internet issue, I believe. Correct, Carlos?
Leininger?
Yep.
I believe so.
Okay, so that's why he isn't up there with Cooper and Cameron. Okay.
Johnny Eckert up front, pulling away a little bit from Dallas Myhan, but Dallas with those older tires, though, he's dropping back to Johnny. Johnny's pulling away.
Oh, there we
now
go.
I say that Cooper's moving to 2nd, but he's doing a pretty good job hanging on.
It's that freight train effect. If they're getting you one at a time, that's one thing. But when you get stuck out there and they're freight trained on the bottom, that's when they start dropping positions.
And
3 wide.
Oh boy, 3 wide. Cameron, he knows he's won the championship. Why not get a little aggressive? Go 3 wide in the corner. He knows one of his toughest competitors is right alongside of him in Cooper Johnson, winner of half number 1 in dominating fashion. But as they do this, the only thing our all-time winningest driver, Johnny Eckert, is pulling away. And really, this season, Johnny, I think he's really, this is maybe the third night he's made a start this season.
2nd or 3rd, for sure.
Yeah, we haven't seen him around a whole lot, but
For who?
As for Johnny
Johnny Eckert, he's done like 8 or something races. He's done like 4 for RKM.
Really?
this season
Yeah,
or last season.
This season.
No.
Huh.
There we go.
No.
That's what I thought.
In with no.
I mean, in this calendar year, I feel like this
Oh,
23,
shoot.
2023.
Damn, I'm thinking about somebody else. Never mind. No, you're right. Eckert has not. Whoops. I combined
boy.
2 drivers into one there. I apologize.
Hey, it happens. But anyway, a 1.3 second lead over Cameron Rich, and how about that young kid Darren Staff moves up into the 3rd spot, getting by half number 1 winner Cooper Johnson. But Darren Staff, he says it every time we get a chance to interview him, is how much he's learned from Cameron Rich, and every time now, it seems that towards the end of these races, or in the end of the nights, he always says he learned so much, and they run together so often. He might not be up to Cameron Rich's speed quite yet, but we could definitely see it unfolding in front of our eyes that Darren Staff, he is getting there. He is finding the speed.
Yes, very young, very raw, but very fast, and he's gonna get even better as he gets older.
Yeah, I think Joe Gibbs always said he'd rather have a driver, we gotta slow him down rather than speed him up, and there was some untapped potential there in Darren Staff, and he's harnessing it. And he's putting himself in contention maybe for a victory here. See if he can chase down the 2 old
what
guns.
to say about racing.
And I can already
Man.
confirm Darren Staff and Dallas Myhan will return to RKM next season.
race have contracts. What about Cam?
I'll let Cam make his announcements.
Oh, ooh, fair. Ooh, let my high-profile driver make his announcements. I don't know why I had to say that in a French accent, but I did. Fancy pinky up driver.
I still got one more driver spot to fill, so I feel you on
Yeah, well.
that. NAR is looking for a fourth driver going into 2024.
So, hey, if anyone's available, know who to call.
You get to deal with me in Discord as I'm back in the car. I'm very excited.
He's a serial killer.
Yeah, well, he
Wait.
writes every week.
You getting back in the car?
I got 2 top 10s last week, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you killed
I'll be
everybody
back.
else.
I'll be back in the car next week. Or next week, next year.
You can be back in the car next week. It's just nobody will cover it. That's
Yeah.
I'm at the wrong track. So here, we have 25 laps to go, and I believe once they came down pit road that they still got to pit one more time.
You should,
I
yeah.
would say so, but Eckert always does things I can't believe, so...
Right. But and the other thing, his lead's shrinking, so maybe he's saving fuel, who knows, but Cameron Rich is on the move. He's charging. He's closing that gap right now. A couple other guys, he's moving. But looking at some of the guys that are coming up through the field, Dustin Dewar, Matt Hackathorn, Neil Rutt, and Vincent Isabella, who had a rough half, number 1. Starting to make some noise, starting to work their way up through the field as we're getting into the kind of the uncharted territory again of longer runs on these sets of tires and seeing who saved, who didn't, and Hackathorn especially works his way up now up into the 9th spot.
Dustin Dewar doing a good job too.
Yeah, see these guys. I think a lot of these guys, as we've seen from Cooper, trying to hug that bottom side or run that at least lower line. It might not be bottom right now on this portion of the run, but definitely looking good. As now Darren Staff getting in a battle here with Cooper Johnson. How about Joe Francis? Again, who
Oh! Net code!
No, save it. What a save. Save of the year. Calling it now.
That was, for both those drivers,
Oh, Darren,
that could have been disastrous.
That's the Mrs. Goody's good hands move of the race.
Yeah,
Yes.
no kidding. I think they're gonna need they need one of the Miss Goody's hooded towels to clean up the messes they made in their cars after what could have been. So yeah, it was for both those drivers, awesome job, and still they're both of them hanging on to 4th and 5th on the racetrack right now. Again, 21 laps to go.
Darren Staff has, I think, the fastest car in short run speed. I think I can confidently say that he's got that short run speed on lockdown. Unfortunately, after 15 or so laps, we see him start to heavily struggle, and that's what we're seeing once again happening. When we get a caution with 10, 15 laps to go, I expect to see Darren get back up to the front, maybe even the lead. We almost saw that happening at the start of the race.
Yeah, and one thing I think, especially for Darren, if with 15 laps to go, you don't want to drop too far back because he doesn't want to have to pass too many guys if we do get a late caution and for a restart. So he's got to hang on to what he can. So right now in that 5th position, would have a puncher's chance from there, but he's got Zach Rogers, Dallas Myhand, Matt Hackathorn behind him. Seeing if they can make a pass on him.
I'm in shock with the new track, updates with progressive track that the Highline is just non-existent. Kind of surprising when you think of Homestead and think of the Highline. And these guys just can't run it. They can run it for a couple laps and it burns their tires up so bad that they drop like rocks.
Johnson's dropping. He's going down pit road. It's time, boys.
The green flag pit stops officially start now.
And we know
And
how
remember-
treacherous and easy the black flags are.
Whoa! This is the Indy layout of the Homestead Oval, so you have to take that access road.
And you want to get down through that access road as quick as possible, but right at that line, you want to slow down to the pit road speed, and it could jump up and bite you, trying to not lose time, gain time, but also be within the legal limits of the pit road. And there you see Dallas Myhan and Darren Staff battling on pit road, and Dallas again on those older tires, still hanging on strong in that 6th spot. As we do see green flags, pit stops underway right now. We'll see. I don't know if any of the leaders came down this time by. We got a couple takers, but definitely could create copycats here with only 17 to go. Because if they wait too long, Cooper Johnson gonna have the advantage on those fresh tires, and he could build up a little bit of gap on these boys.
Johnny Eckert is saving. I don't know how much he is saving, but I do know he is. He's got some fire coming up the tailpipes in the corners, which is letting me know that he is definitely clutching it, definitely going very slow through the corner. So don't be surprised if you see Eckert trying to stretch this out.
It also primary.
No, I say that in pits. I say that in pits.
Primary feed is
could have
gone.
been just it could be just a moment of trying to save to take less fuel on this pit stop, and it'll be interesting to see how these guys come off pit road when they're taking different strategies to get there. As Cameron Rich and Joe Francis now cycle through to the lead. And Joe Francis, who was our leader before our rain delay caution. And Dustin Dewar, he's really been hooked up here on the long run. He's moving past Darren Staff, move him up into the 6th position right now as they come to the line. And long run speed. So, and Darren, if I were Darren, again, he has that short run speed. We're getting to that point where, man, I'd like to see that 45 down pit road and lay down some quick laps the last 15 laps. Cameron Rich down pit road.
Recycle Joe Francis to lead. Darren Staff is heading down.
Yep, I think he just took that dive. Look at here, Cooper Johnson closing that gap on Dustin Dewar. Again, Cooper Johnson a lap down, but on those fresh tires, and he's getting through those corners like hellfire right now. Those fresh tires are definitely hooked up.
And you don't have to save. I mean, you're within 15 laps in the end, so it's qualifying laps every lap. There is no more saving. It is go, get them while you can get it. Go as hard as you can go.
Yeah, qualifying laps until you see the checkered flag. And I gotta wonder if anyone, I still think it's gonna be too long for a lot of these guys to stretch. Dewar had a moment there. You see him right behind Cooper Johnson, still hanging on to that 3rd spot, but had a little bit of a scary moment. Hackathorn coming down pit road.
And Eckert did come out in front of Cooper Johnson.
And Cameron Rich, I believe, came out ahead of Johnny Eckert. Wow. So I don't know if we've seen maybe 2 tires or shorter pit stops, less gas, just maybe even using that access road.
Yep.
Could definitely
I'm sure
be
there's a
big
lot
strategy.
of time that you can make up in that access road.
And that's why it's little things like that, and that's a big reason why we see Cameron Rich being our 2023 B OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series champion.
Right, he had nothing to lose, so he could push it as hard as he wanted to. So
Yeah, what's a black flag at that point? And I believe he is about 4 seconds ahead of Johnny Eckert as they sit right now, and Cooper Johnson about 1.5 seconds behind Johnny Eckert, who was our leader before green flag pit stops came into play. But now 10 laps to go. Some of these guys like Joe Francis, Dusty Dewar staying out on the racetrack, Vincent Isabella, Nathaniel Cherry, Ray Bracey, Dave Carpenter. Most of these guys, about I think the top, I think once they cycle through here, it's going to be about the top 9 staying out on the racetrack. But I think we'll see Cameron Rich work his way back into the top 10
You know, speaking of the team championship that we won't know who won until tomorrow, this could be a big half for RK because Cooper Johnson's about the only guy from South Shore that's got a puncher's chance of running top 5 unless Damian Leinemann can stretch the fuel, and RK still has Darren Staff and Cameron Rich running out there out in the top 5 if this was a cycle.
Since you want to beat this with a stick,
I'm not beating it with a stick. I'm giving information.
Okay, well, after half one, South Shore was leading by 9 points.
Oof.
So it could be big.
Could be huge.
Damien getting the internet outage might be big.
Yeah. But if he's trying to hang on in 5th right now, Joe Francis still hanging on to the lead, staying out on the racetrack.
Here he is.
Stewart, the bell. Oh, there goes Joe Francis.
Did anybody notice the Krampus is on the hood of Eckert's car? Just curious. Because I just noticed it, and it looks awesome.
I was wondering what that was. That makes total sense. Krampus, yeah. Do you ever watch? There's a movie. I watched it with my girlfriend and her daughter the other day.
The horror movie?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Which one?
I like it. Good. I think it's just called Krampus, right?
Oh, it was a live action with Adam Scott.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it last year as well.
Yes, it was good. It's good. I think it's on Peacock right now. Check it out if you want a good Christmas movie to get yourself in the festive spirit. Dustin Dewar on pit road, relinquishing the lead. Damian Leininger stays out one more time. He takes over the top spot. 6 laps to go. Dave Carpenter, Ray Bracey, James Watson, Adam Tepe yet to pit.
You're either you gotta be hoping for a caution at this point. I would think.
I would think. I think they pitted a few laps too soon to really be able to stretch the fuel all the way. But again, you never know how long were these guys saving. You see how quickly some of these guys on fresh tires who have come down pit road are able to get by. And again, end of the season, roll the dice. Why not? See if you can sneak out a victory and spoil in on the fun. Especially Damian, who wants to end the season on a strong note, wasn't able to have a championship hopes heading into half number 2.
Cherry got a black flag, by the way. And that is not Jeff Gordon on the track. That is Rashid Coles. I think that might be an issue on my end because I was not seeing that car in the first half.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't see that guy out there. Who's Jeff Gordon? So that makes a little bit of sense.
Yeah, because I've had my system dropped by racing twice, so it's possibly an issue with that.
So I got to think. I'm looking at the guys who did not come down pit road yet. We're to 4 to go. These guys, you might as well
you're
let
committed.
rock and roll. Yeah, you made your bet at this point. Yeah, you're going for it. And you see, even on the older tires, it looks like Damian's just letting it go. 3 laps to go. Oh, Rashid almost getting to the side of Gilberto, who's going to unlap himself back in the 19th position. But just even looking at Cameron Rich, he's already closing in on Ray Bracey, who has not come down pit road in 3rd spot. So let's see, Damian might be okay if he can make it on fuel. Dave Carpenter in 2nd. There's Bracey. There's that battle for the 3rd spot. Going to the outside, I don't think Bracey's going to put up much of a fight.
This is making me think they might be able to make it. I mean, that's 3 guys that are trying it. I mean,
there's even Watson and Tepe in the top 10 that I believe
10.
have not come down pit road. They're just trying to hang on for a good finish here. So 2 to go, about a lap and a half to go here for Damian and Dave Carpenter, who are out front. Coming out of the corner, turn 4 for the final
last
time.
lap.
Or not second. Now is last lap. see if Damien has enough to bring it home into victory lane. Does he have enough fuel in the tank? He can coast. He's got about a 4.5 second lead over Dave Carpenter. And
he's got about 3/4 of backstretch lead.
Yeah, so he's got Johnny Eckert in the field watching. He's somewhere out there. Johnny's got a tear in his eye. He's so proud. Damien coming out of the corner for the final time. He's going to be able to coast to victory. Damian Leininger wins half number 2 of the 3 wide TV 189 here at Homestead.
South Shore with the sweep.
Oh,
and I think that's going to guarantee them that owners championship.
Wow. And who would have thought? Damien out of nowhere had the internet issues that when we brought us under the red flag, and Cameron Rich almost finished second twice in the half, just not quite able to get up to Dave Carpenter, who does come home second. Johnny Eck. What's that?
I was gonna say, it makes me wonder if those guys pulled off and topped off since they were in the back anyway. Maybe coming to green, or with one to go under that pace lap, maybe they came and topped off. So they were in the back of the field anyway.
Yeah, had to be. They were they were on a mission. Does Damien even have enough here to do a burnout? It doesn't appear to be so.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, he had enough. Look at that. He's got the South Shore, and there's Cam. Is he doing the championship burnout? Maybe even give him a little bit of a bump. End of the year burnout. There's Capuano. Everyone's getting involved here to end an excellent 2023 B season. And there you see on screen right now your champion and your race winner. And there he is, burning it down. He deserves it here tonight. A season-long battle. He endured it all. Came out on top. There were some points too at during the season, Adam, that we really thought that Cameron was going to run away with this, and of course, the chase resets, stuff like that. But he had a battle somebody at some point almost all year long, and able to do it. He sometimes even had to battle his own internet, but he got it done. Yeah, he earned it.
I think.
Oh, there's the rest of the team.
Race of the road course, right? I mean, he came back and finished in what was it, the top 5 when his internet went out. Like, he earned it. He deserves it. He'll be a great champion for us. I hope he comes back. Maybe we can plead to him a little bit here in a little bit. See if we can get him back. Good job, guys.
Heck yeah, they see Taryn. Everyone's doing burnouts again to end the season here. But with that, Adam, I'm going to let you do an interview.
Wait, before you do an interview, I do want to let everybody know. I let the drivers know. So obviously, Cameron Rich won the Drivers' Championship. The 29 car won the Owners' Championship. I announced before the race Joe Francis had won the Rookie of the Year. And the team champions are going to officially be South Shore.
Hats off to them. They pulled off a phenomenal finish, wrapping up for the season. South Shore, they just had what we couldn't get there at the end. But I'm as the owner of RKM, I'm so proud of getting the finishing up as high as we did. But well, let's see if we can talk to the top 3 drivers, and maybe see if we can talk to South Shore drives if we have the time.
All right, we'll at least talk to one Damian Leininger in victory lane as well. But Peeler, we'll start off here. We'll do this unconventionally. So our 3rd place finisher again, Cameron Rich, who was our champion. We'll maybe save him for last. But Peeler, we'll give you Dave here, who came home in 2nd place. Strong run to end the 2023 B season here.
Dave, it's Adam up in the booth, man. Congrats on finishing your 2023 B season with a podium. How much fuel did you have left?
Probably about 3/4 of a lap.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I was saving the whole time, and I kind of figured when I made the call, Dusty agreed with me. It's like I just really had no speed. Like I couldn't really run with these guys and save tires, so I said, you know what? I'm just gonna top off one to go and just save, because it was like borderline making it. So
that answers the question I was gonna ask next. Was did you top off next? Because I thought about that after you and Damien crossed the line, that with that internet outage, some of you guys had to go to the back. Some of the guys like Damien did end up going to the back. Did some of you guys come in and top off, come in with one to go, and maybe we missed it? So that answered that question.
Yeah. I just I figured I was far enough back where, you know, like I said, like I didn't really have any speed to run up front when I did it early on, like running into mid pack. I burned my tires right up. So I decided just to throw it out the window and just run my own race and let the chips fall where they may.
Were you surprised that the Highline didn't ever really come in? I was, personally. I mean, it's Homestead. You think of the Highline, and it just seemed like guys would go up there for a couple laps. They'd burn their stuff up so bad they couldn't stay there. It was really, really shocking.
I feel the same. I don't know if it's the new update with the track surface changes, maybe, or a combination with this car, but I felt like even going back to early on in practice, it was like the Highline was there. Like that was the fast line. Then it's like the track just changed so much and slowed down. But yeah, I noticed from just the beginning of this half, like I was up high, like I was on the outside, and I was like running the outside, and I just felt like I could feel the tires just going away faster. And it wasn't picking anything up either.
You know, you said something about it maybe in the car. Maybe the extra horsepower that these cars have makes it easier to burn that tire up on the outside. I was surprised. I personally love to run the Highline, so that's kind of where my brain goes when I think of Homestead. And it just wasn't there, and the guys who really were able to go to the front consistently were running the bottom. So just something I noticed. How was the racing tonight? How was your 2023 B season? And are you looking forward to next year?
No, I'm absolutely looking forward to next year. Racing tonight, for the most part, you know, I mean, especially that second half, it was really good. Everybody's pretty, you know, with these cars are kind of on the edge with the high horsepower. You can't just like throw it in there like you can with some of the other cars, you know. So I think overall, that's one thing this car accomplished all season, in my mind anyway, is that when the races were good, it's because the cars weren't on top of each other. You know what I mean? So it was a little bit more in the driver's hands, and you know, we weren't like right on top of each other, and guys could just door each other. There was a few tracks where we could, and we did. So those were the bad nights. But you know, my season was, you know, except for a couple of high points of, you know, getting top fives, it was just a struggle. It was just this struggle with this car all season, getting speed. And so I'm really looking forward to the Xfinity car, and actually being able to I don't know, at least feel like I have a chance on some speed anyway. But you know, I'll take a second for sure. Real happy with the way this turned out.
Yeah, you look good. It worked out. I'm glad I got to talk to you. Goody, Carlos, got anything for Dave?
Yeah, Dave. You know, you kind of hit on this a little bit, and we've also talked a little bit in our Do Good team chat. You know, and these podium finishes that you've had, I think this is the most we've talked to you in a season. You know, having a couple podium finishes. Does that carry over, at least with now next season running a car that you're more comfortable in? Does that give you a little confidence knowing that, hey, you know, if it's by strategy, you know, next year probably more likely going to be by speed because you're more confident in that car? Does this podium finish kind of carry over for a little bit of swagger going into 2024A?
Well, I don't know. I don't really swagger that much to begin with, but I would say.
Wow.
But it's definitely good to finish on a high note for sure. You know, it can't hurt, and especially like the way, like, you know, Neil's been running the second half of this season. You know, it's kind of helped kind of bring our morale up, I guess you could say, overall. You know, we've all had good runs here or there. Sometimes it's bad luck that takes us out of it, or you know, somebody else's mistake, but the morale has definitely been up on the team in the last half of the season for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely been showing in the results for all you guys there on the Do Good camp, and happy to see it. And yeah, looking forward to what you boys can do. Make some noise out there next year for 24A. I'm looking forward to it.
No, I'm looking forward to it big time.
Congrats, Dave, man. Hell of a run. Can't wait to see you next year.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Any shout outs?
Oh,
I don't
of
know if we got
course.
to that point. Yeah.
Of course, all my teammates on Do Good. You Goody for having me run with you guys. It's just an absolute blast. Of course, Mrs. Goody's Goodies, Ronster Raps, Everyone Racers podcast. Who else am I forgetting? Goody. JD's Hilltop Salvage,
I was
give
just
them a
gonna say
shout
that.
out. Of course,
JD,
you
if
guys.
you're watching, we love you.
Yes. Of course, you guys do a great job. Like, you really, as far as like sim racing broadcasts, you guys, I think, do absolute best. Like, bar none, because you just bring different personalities. You all have your own, your own thing, and you just make it more entertaining than just watching fake cars go around fake racetracks. And of course, Vic for putting up with us. And that's about it.
Heck yeah! I thought Peel, you were gonna take it over there, but
Hey man, that's
I was
your
like,
thing.
are they
like,
still there?
No, it's just like my brain is like, Goody's the professional, man. He like brings us in, takes us out, like that's his thing. So I was gonna let him have this moment. It got awkward. I'm sorry.
I wanted you. You said you're getting fired or you're going back to the race car. I thought maybe one last time.
So for one last time, thank you, Dave. Thank you for coming to the booth. I know I don't do it nearly as good as Goody. Thanks, man. I'm glad you're here.
Don't sell yourself short. Thank you, gentlemen. You guys have a great Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all that stuff.
Yeah, you as well.
You as well.
I
So
don't-
Merry Christmas.
I don't talk to you beforehand.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll see you next year.
See you next year. Dave Carpenter coming home in P2 in half number 2. Good way to end the season. So next up, we'll bring in our race winner here to end the 2023B OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series season. It is that 12 car. He could not be denied with any jinx here. And hey, you had it was kind of, I guess, a whirlwind of a half number 2 here for you, Damien. I think you got bit with the internet bug during our red flag and had to use some strategy. And hey, why not roll the dice? And you got here in victory lane. How does it feel, buddy?
I mean, it feels good, obviously, to finish off the season with a win there. And, I knew I was battling Cooper for second in the points the way it had happened with the way the first half ended. I knew it was like 3 points there. And with the whole connection issue, he ended up jumping up to like 6th, and I was like 20th. And I knew that there was no way you're going to be able to drive through the field the way the car was. And so I was like, just got to hope it goes green and pull off some strategy. So we pitted there with 1 to green, topped off, and hard saved for probably 6 or 7 laps, and then kind of moderately saved for another 5 or so, and then just hope for the best that we wouldn't get a caution.
So it was pretty early. Like once you made that last pit stop, you were pretty dead set on using that strategy then?
Yeah, I mean, once I knew the situation we were in, once that, coming out of the red flag and that, like, I was completely set to the save strategy. And like, if we got the caution, obviously I'll just come down and take the 4 and work with it from there. But I knew there was no way that you were going to be able to drive through the field, back up to the front through all of it. So just solely committed to that. And like I said, I mean, I was clutching from halfway down the straightaways, through the middle of the corner before I would turn it back on and get going again. And it was 3/4 throttle most of those laps anyways. So I mean, I gave up a good bit of time, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to have enough to win. I was just hoping to try and get enough, lead a lap or 2, and then maybe see where the other guys came out once they were on tires or whatever. But I think they pitted just a couple laps late enough where I was able to hold on. I think if they would have had 2 or 3 more laps, they probably would have caught me, because it was really, really struggling there at the end.
Yeah, you could definitely see the speed difference in those guys that did come down pit road. But yeah, it was good way to end the season. I know that you like burning the top side. We've seen some cars do that all night long, but kind of surprisingly, I think me and Peeler were both really surprised that that top line really wasn't as big of an advantage up top. Was that part of maybe the new update that we seen a couple weeks ago, or how was it kind of the different grooves out here at Homestead that we normally see? It looked like the bottom was kind of heavily favored here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the new update brought a little bit. I mean, you could there were some laps, some times where you can be, decent up there. You weren't gonna be great. I think the surface oval refresh they did it worked out great for a lot of other cars and that. And even then there was some aero stuff. Anytime I would get behind Cam or Cooper getting really close, I'd get a little extra tight there, or on the corner exit I'd get a little bit loose from it. I just think the main thing why you didn't see the lines really widen out tonight is this car doesn't have the new tire model.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It has the old tire model where it doesn't allow it to really run different grooves without getting super hot and that. So I think the track surface alone was letting it do a little bit, but because of the old tire model, I think you just never saw it. That tire just doesn't have the ability to go and run up there and be good. Now, if we had the Xfinity car here, you would see a different story. I think you would see the top side kind of come in at times, and then it would kind of shift around, but just not with this car.
Well, speaking of Xfinity cars, we're going to see that here in 2024A. How excited are you to go back to the Xfinity car racing next season?
About that.
What?
The old 12 car will not be back.
Ah, Damien, I've
Going
heard
off into
that.
the sunset. Really?
I've heard this. I've heard this before.
At least for now. We got some Road to Pro commitments.
Oh, well, good for you.
Actually, I'm stepping out of the driver's seat and getting on the box
Oh, yeah.
for the old 63 car. We got to defend. I think last year we won 6 of the 9, or something like that, or 5 of the 9. So we're gonna go back to the Road to Pro and see what we can do, and I'll get up on the box and spotter stand for that one. So I will not be back racing for 2024A, unfortunately.
Well, that's a shame. Well, hopefully, if at all possible, we'll see at least a part-time role. Is always fun having you out in the field, but still, it got to be a good way again to end up at least or at least for now, your full-time OSCA racing career with a win.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a fun league to come, and I mean, I've talked to Vic a lot about how we race and stuff, and I can't thank them enough for what they put on. It's a fun series, and to be able to jump in every once in a while and have some fun. And I wasn't really committing to running full seasons again after the last time I talked to him, and with Traders Brewing Company and Nate, he kind of talked me into coming back, and this car, this schedule, everything kind of set up the way that I really wanted it to. So I had a lot of fun with it. I thought I was pretty successful. Had a good run there with Cam, down to the last 2 weeks. If 5 flags didn't happen, maybe it would have been a little bit more interesting tonight. But overall, I think it was a successful season, and I think the big part about it is I kind of found the fun in iRacing again. Getting back in this league, I was kind of burned out before, so it turned out all well.
Turned out well indeed. Hopefully we'll see you back, and again, best of luck to you in Road to Pro as well. But before we get to the like, you kind of did the shout outs there, but before we let you go, at least Adam, you got anything for Damien?
Hey man, I'm glad you're going a full season. It was fun to watch from the booth. I'm kind of sad now that you're not coming back, and now I don't really know what to say. It's kind of like, don't know what to do with my hands because you bummed me out. But I hope you do come back. I hope you stick around. Great to have you around. Great for you to be in the Discord. So just don't leave us all high and dry. Come say hey from time to time. Come race with us. And good luck, man. Good luck with that Road to Pro stuff. And, hell of a job tonight, dude.
Yeah, I mean, thank you guys. If a race lines up in that, I mean, Xfinity cars are one of my favorite cars. So there won't be. I'm sure you'll guys see me for at least a race or 2 next season, depending on the way things look. But I can't thank all of you guys enough for the broadcast you do. Carlos, Adam, Matthew, not that other guy because he jinxes people. But no.
Hey, I picked you for half one. You finished second or third.
Yeah. Oh
man.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have.
Yeah, you couldn't give me your jinx for second place. You had to give me your jinx for third place. Thanks. Just had to get your car into second place so you could try to win the team championship there. But seriously, you guys do an awesome job here, and I want to thank Nate with Traders Brewing Company for all he did for me this year. The guys at South Shore Racing to bring home the team championship. We had a great year. It was a lot of fun with all of them. And then Hank/Luke getting up on the box again for me. It's always fun, and I race a lot better with him. So anyways, that's it for 2023B, and see you guys in 2024A at some point.
We'll go out with a win, brother.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm looking forward to jinxing you at some point whenever you make your part-time schedule.
I bet you are.
Yes, but again, congratulations. What a way to end this season. And again, best luck to you getting on that box, and looking forward to hearing how you and old Stanky Hanky do in the Road to Pro.
It should be fun.
Hell yeah, looking forward to it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Damian Leininger coming home with the win here in half number 2 of the 3-wide TV 189. But with that, we'll bring up our 2023A or B. Wow, we're saying 24A so much, I'm getting all these confused. But our champ, oh my goodness, I'm following up here. Our 2023B OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series champion, Cameron Rich. Cam, you didn't get to do it too flashy tonight. You had, I believe, a second and a third place finish here tonight, but did what you had to do. And I think, as we said, as you're doing your championship burnouts, it wasn't an easy path. You had to overcome some other drivers and some other internet obstacles. This wasn't a walk in the park by any means, was it?
Yeah, it with my schedule being so busy, it really became kind of like a toll to actually make the races. So, kind of gonna be my last full-time gig for a while, I think, because I'm pretty much working and going to flight school full-time. So that's taking up like all of the free time I have. So, really cool to come out and kind of go out on a high note.
Yeah, I mean, about the highest way you could do it, and I didn't know you were going to flight school. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's always been my dream to be a pilot, so I just kind of did it earlier this year, and it's been a really awesome thing.
That's cool.
It takes a lot of time.
Oh, I could imagine. So, hey, you're living two dreams at one time in your life. You're going to flight school, and now you're an OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series champion. It's a good time for Cameron Ridge to be alive right now, isn't it?
It's pretty cool, and I just I really am happy that we didn't have to go out and wreck people and make myself look stupid. I think it's been well said. I don't really like the lack of respect that was shown last week and a couple other weeks. That's just not good racing in my opinion. But I'm happy that at least it looks like the 29 didn't cause too much drama this season. So that's kind of like the goal. Just go out and you try to be fast and try to be clean.
You've been one of our least controversial champions that we've had.
Yeah.
Dead on. Most people have a problem with whoever becomes champion. I think you're probably universally one of the guys that hasn't been, and you're definitely universally liked. And it's super awesome that you go into flight school. That's awesome. But I hope that your dream also wasn't to become an OSCA champion, because that's sad.
What?
Hey.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I said it.
I'm hoping to make like $3.50 or something. That'd be kind of cool. It's a win for me.
I'll send you exactly $3.50 if that's what you like.
Deal.
I think it's awesome. I mean, the flight school piece is awesome. The fact that, like Vic said, you're, quietly won the championship. I mean, I don't mean quiet as in your performance on the track. I mean quiet as in you didn't cause problems. We don't have this whole group that's like, oh, he's running people over to win this championship. You did it respectfully. You did it clean. It was great to watch. Hell of a run every single week. I mean, we were talking about earlier, there was a road course where your internet went out and you came back and Still ended up in the top 5. I mean, it was amazing to watch. It was fun to watch. I'm glad I got to be in the booth for it. And dude, congrats. That's all I got. Just freaking congrats.
I appreciate that. And I gotta thank my awesome teammates, Dallas, Darren, Katie, Rob, Justin, Drew. I hope I didn't miss anyone else. But yeah, they were all awesome. A lot of improvement. I think the team's gonna be in a good season or good place next season. Darren for sure, he's running, you know, top 5, top 10 every week now. So he's gonna get his first win next season. I guarantee you that. So,
well, I hope we see you back in some capacity in 2024, at least once, if not more. That's my only request.
Absolutely. I'll do some part-time, and I kind of want to start a team. I was talking to a couple drivers, and we need some more forwards. So, wink, wink.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, I as a team owner, I already get like a little bit of insight as to what's going on. I've already known for a couple weeks now that Cam wouldn't be returning full time for sure, which was a shame. But I'm glad that he was able to do this full time this one whole season. Got the championship. That's all I could ask for Cam. And not only that, he even did more. He helped light a spark inside of Dallas and Darren, and so they feel more confident every single week. Especially Darren, who had very bad luck in the beginning of the season, was very down on himself and finishing with back-to-back top 10s now. So Cameron Rich, whatever he does, whether he comes back and does a couple races for RKM or he starts his own team, he's still going to be a presence here, and he's still going to be a huge impact to not just myself and my team, but to a lot of the people out there.
Absolutely. It's a good group of guys, so I want to be involved for sure.
And it's really really awesome, and again, kind of addressing that elephant in the room with as far as some of our past champions or championship contenders, and some guys making some young kid mistakes, but it's good to see a guy that goes out there kind of is the model champion, and it was kind of cool to even see even talking to Darren in his interviews, kind of attributing a lot of his success of kind of latching on to you and kind of feeding off of things he can learn from you, and that impact that he'll have, or that will have on him, I think in future iRacing endeavors for him is kind of cool to see. And yeah, looks like you molded some minds there. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, and racing is a team sport, and I know a lot of people take it individually and like that, but genuinely, I think if your teammates are better, if they get better, it makes you a better driver because you have something to gauge on and something to kind of you want to beat your teammate, so it's kind of like a kick in the ass to do that. I think they'll be in a good spot next year.
Yeah, it should be fun and fun to watch, and it's always fun, even when you were on previous part-time roles, it was always fun to watch you come out here and get a little bit of different perspective of driving, the classy driving. We've seen some awesome road course races from you in the past, so hopefully we'll see in some road course events next year as well. But looking back at this 2023 B seasons where you won this championship, what was maybe your favorite moment that you had? A lot of guys love the schedule that was this year. I think Damien even just said he kind of came out of his part-time retirement of full-time racing to there goes Peeler to come back to run this schedule. So what was one of your favorite tracks or moments of this 2023 B season?
I hate to say it, but the battle between me and White Block at Atlanta was real fun. I mean, that was some of the funnest racing I've had. So that I don't want to throw a damper on things, but kind of the things that happened after that did kind of it was a shame because that really could have been an awesome championship battle. But once again, it's just I'm just glad that we didn't have to do that. We didn't have to resort to crap on the track like that.
Yeah, and yeah, just you win them out there, and it's crazy because that battle for what could have been for the championship could have been really fun to see, but good to see you still come out on top. But before we let you go, celebrate your championship and probably do some studying for flight school again. Again, that sounds like it's a very time intensive endeavor there. Any final shout outs you want to give?
Absolutely. I will be studying. I actually flew to Emporia, Virginia today. Actually, that one of the Sadler fame. So, pretty cool. But shout out to you guys. I mean, broadcasting all these events, like 16 races, I think, or 17 maybe.
18.
That's a hell of a lot. So y'all do like an awesome job every time. Y'all actually have to like think about things and articulate words, and we're just out there driving in circles. So big shout out to you guys. Shout out to my wife, and I think that's about it. Just great season from everyone, and I definitely am looking to be involved next one.
Yeah, we looking forward to seeing you involved in some capacity next year. Again, congratulations once again, Cam. And go do something crazy tonight in honor of your championship.
Thanks,
Not
guys.
too crazy though. Yeah, you too. It's Cam and Rich, your 2023 B OSCA Series champion. Weekends Woodsman. Keep forgetting that. It's a long thing.
We'll work on it for next season.
Yeah, we'll come up with a.
Before you sign us off, Goody, I think you should make some announcements for next season. You know, everybody else is making some announcements. Goody, I think maybe we should tell everybody what's going to be going on for next season with you.
Yeah, probably next season. I've been pretty committed as far as being a week-to-week announcer here, and the schedule might change, might be more than what I'm thinking, but probably scaling back a little bit to more of a part-time role into this kind of things changing in my life, schedules changing. So I still have a bunch of fun coming here every week, but damn, my ass is getting old and sometimes got to commit to different endeavors on Thursday nights. But we'll be looking forward to definitely. I think Vic, we were talking about some of the bigger races. I can't remember where we started out. Was it Daytona?
Yeah, I think we're shooting for like 8 for you. Yeah.
Yeah, so around there, definitely looking forward to that, and we'll still have the fun and craziness and articulate. I'm gonna use that one for Cam because I don't think I've ever done that in my entire life. But hey, anyway, but yeah, sadly the full-time thing gotta kind of scale back a little bit, but still looking forward to just as Cam and Damian are as well, but still looking forward to being part of this league and hopefully never know can maybe do a few more races than initially planned, but we'll play that by ear just to throw that out there. But yeah, thanks Vic for letting me do this for such a long time, full time, and I'm hoping if anything ever changes after that, we'll continue talking down the road. Maybe come back full time. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, man, I'm just glad to have you.
This is a gut punch. I refuse to believe this.
I do also want to say I did know of this a few weeks ago, about 3-ish weeks, I think. But with that, also, I do want to say that next season, obviously, Peeler, he implied he got fired. He made the choice to leave. Matthew is planned to be back, but that really is dependent on where his life goes and whether he has a microphone. Which I might just hook him up with in the off season. I'm going to be completely transparent there. We'll also have Nathaniel Cherry, who raced tonight. He'll be making his booth debut next season, and so will Jordan Tarble. We will have commentators that want to be here, just like you do, Goody. Well, people that know what they're doing for the most part. Well, people learning. But next season we will, every race we will have two commentators along with Carlos, obviously, on commentary for each race. With that, also the broadcast championship format's gonna change just a little bit, but we'll get there when we get there. We'll announce that throughout the off season. No.
Yep. Carlos.
It's gonna be it's gonna be different, and we'll work through it. And I got some cool things planned for it. So. I can tell you that Sugar Moon Creations, however, does not look like they're going to return as a sponsor of it, but I think I have at least 1 or 2 sponsors looking to be part of that broadcast championship. So it will be back.
Hey, so
but yeah, it's I just wanted to make sure that you got your news off your chest, Goody, because I want you to have that off season of feeling like you felt like you left something out.
yeah, I almost did leave that out, and I'm sure, Carlos, I actually should have told you, but I feel bad now that I didn't tell you sooner.
Yeah, I think Goody was afraid because every single year, or not Vic. Sorry, I think Vic was afraid because every single time Vic always messages me, he's like, "Hey, so how are we looking for next season?" And I'm like, "Hey, if Goody's coming back, I'm coming back." And
Hey, so
coincidentally,
I'm still coming back.
this time he asked me. I just said I didn't say that. Normally I did. Normally I do, but I was like, "Hey, listen, I love this group. I'm gonna come back, man." And I
walked through the door.
Yeah.
See, I'm not fully leaving, so you can't. I'm still coming back. Just not-
He'll be back for the bigger.
Yeah,
bigger one.
yeah. So with that, thank you all for who are a part of this 2023 B season. Looking forward to again a lot of changes that are going to be ahead for OSCA in 2024, and everyone from Vic, Carlos, Matthew, Adam, and everyone who puts on these shows every weekend. It's been fun, and everyone have a Merry Christmas. See you all next season right here on 3 Wide Racing TV. Until then, good night now.